Hi,
Just saying.
hello. We're here. We're doing the thing, and it's gonna be such a good episode. Um, Last week we went around the table, said who we were. We are back from over on Paizo. So, JJ, thank you for the 28 months, much appreciated. That's so long, so long. But just as a recap of what happened, the group was able to go ahead and get rid of and combat a platoon of Vesk um, that were looking for an individual. Um, the crew doesn't know who they were looking for. Um, as after the combat was had, the group went to their ship and for the first time as a crew went through the drift and it began to open up a little about everyone's past. As a TLDR, Domino was or is wanted for some shady happenings.
Some light criminality.
Right, just light. um,
Who are we if not all somewhat criminals?
I
I
mean,
I think 4 people in this group are not somewhat criminals
Yet.
yet.
technically, me and Denver never broke a law.
That's fair. That's 100% true.
That's okay.
Never.
Never.
I mean,
Well, on record.
Right.
yeah,
Right.
I
You just
mean,
never got
like,
caught.
Crime is relative.
That's
right.
Like time.
like
Just
time.
But it's all relative to the same moment.
Very true. Very true. Kali was opening up about also being wanted by the Vesk military as well, and the Vesk government. And Denver and Otto just found out how much was actually quote unquote owed as Denver spilled the beans on about 900,000 plus credits that were quote unquote owed by.
It'd be easier just to kill the whole mafia than accumulate that money.
Probably true, or just sell
I mean-
just sell your starship. You get there.
Once we level up to 20, it's like chump change.
Exactly.
Josh,
Yes.
20?
No.
When did we hit level 20? Hold on, I'm fixing that.
Okay. It was then discussed that Thrawn, Zerat, Ferrix, and Sunny are pretty much just here to explore. Sure, they have some family issues going on, some of them at least, but others are just here to explore the space and all the planets have to offer to stop things from happening again that happened relatively recently. But that is where we're going to go ahead and pick up. Oh, one minute thing. There was something about a gray being on board. Half the party doesn't remember that it's there. Sunny has a new friend as she's walking the gray back to someone's room. I don't remember who they're walking it back to. But Sunny is currently walking a gray across the ship.
And we didn't say anything about it, but Kali and I saw like a drift dragon.
That's true. There was a large draconic being that flew through the drift and then exited the drift just by flying into the side of the drift tunnel.
Yep, just like, and I'm out. Like, cool. I didn't hate that.
This is fun.
Right.
Right.
What's the worst that could happen?
I didn't see that. Neither did you.
But other than that, I think that catches us all up. A few days go by. And Denver, you get a notification that your exit on the drift is coming up within the next about 10 minutes.
Hey, can somebody make sure that I'm clear on the right side? I gotta switch lanes here to make sure I can catch my exit coming up. I couldn't resist that one. I'm sorry. That was dumb. I don't feel bad, but I do a little. Yeah. I mean, I pretty much haven't left the helm whatsoever. Maybe a couple seconds here and there to like run pee real quick or like whatever. Where I couldn't stay awake, obviously Al took it with the mindset of wake me up if something bad happens. So now it's just like, God, I'm ready to be out of this goddamn seat, y'all. 10 minutes and we're out of the drift, and I am stretching.
Should put on this on the PA. Was it worth it?
Yeah, I mean, like, hey, we've been at this, what, 4 days, 6 days, somewhere in there? 4 days, I think.
This is going to be the 4th day.
Yeah. 4 days over 2 like goddamn weeks. Like, I'm about it. Quicker than not doing it.
That's true.
Hey, you're the pilot, not me. I'm not doing it.
As you are getting ready to leave the drift, Denver, I need you to go ahead and roll a piloting check for me, please.
Oh, darn. How can I ever roll that?
Has he ever rolled below 30?
A couple times.
Yeah, so just a couple.
I've never. It's impossible for me to roll below 10.
Yeah.
That's 35.
35.
Actually, sorry, -1 because drift 34.
34. You know, level 3, by the way, guys, in case you're wondering. 35, you go ahead and exit out of the drift at the appropriate time. And it is a shock for sure as you guys pull out of the drift and just sort of snap back, begin to slow it down as you go ahead and enter in to Absalom Station orbit.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I kind of forgot we were headed back to the station. So, I mean, it was a little bit of a jump, but we're here, all right? I got us here through the drift. Ain't nothing bad happened. There most certainly wasn't no drift dragon in there trying to fuck shit up. You can't prove it. Anyway, yeah, Captain, it's all you.
So at this point, I assume that we take shifts watching our friend the Gray. Is the Gray still with us?
Currently, because you guys are just hanging out outside. You guys haven't docked yet on Absalom Station quite yet. So yeah.
How does he feel about people that are not Sunny?
As you guys have had shifts, making sure that he's not walking around. Still very unsafe around Otto and Domino. But other than that, they feel pretty okay.
Do we remember him?
I probably almost always forget.
Yeah, I think it was an impossible check for me.
I'm pretty sure my blood pressure has gone up throughout these 4 days. Every time I see him.
Yeah, so we started off with, Sunny was there with him for a while, and then I made you all take a selfie with him, and now if you ever get hostile, we just flash the picture like, hey, no, friendly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I like to think we have like a
But
51st
my question is
playing at the beginning of every morning. Remember our friend.
Can Varix just write a program that identifies our face? Then he wears like a necklace tablet that as soon as it recognizes our face, it just displays the image and it says friends on it or something.
What if we just cover him with a
I mean, I
sheet
could
so we never
try.
actually see him?
I think that'd be worse.
Yeah, I would definitely shoot a sheeted specter for sure.
A little
just
ET running around.
orb nonsense we've been dealing with.
I just see Denver coming back from the galley, just like, what? Got a ghost!
I'm
See y'all
Russian.
drift ghosts.
My burning question is, what is Sunny's relationship? How do you feel about the gray?
I mean, I have become bonded practically. I mean, he's my friend now. I don't know if I'm ready to get rid of him.
So is it like
You-
we only take a shift when you absolutely have to sleep,
Yeah,
and
probably.
other than that, you're just like with this gray? Okay,
I think
like
so.
it.
Well, so how do you bond with him if you're brand new friends with him every single morning?
I don't necessarily forget every night.
As
I mean-
you would, because you would take your eyes off of them when you close your eyes to go to sleep.
Yeah, but I could remember.
Yeah, it's technically possible. Actually, go ahead and make 3 will saves for me, and see how awkward this is going to be as you have to relearn what this entity is.
He has to win your trust.
Well, and
every
also,
morning.
to be fair, I feel like I would just make notes of everything that had happened.
Yep.
Before I left him, since we knew about the forgetting.
It's just reverse 51st Dates Spaceship Edition.
What did you say it was?
A will save.
I'm awful at these. Ah, 21.
All right, that's 1. Or no. Sorry, it was 23 for it. 23 is
Yeah,
what the
so
number you're looking
immediately
Oh,
for.
that's
forget.
impossible.
Fuck.
I have to roll 3 natural 20s.
Yeah, same. Jesus
I don't
Christ.
remember,
That's a 5% chance.
and I don't remember.
So
For
every day you sort of forget, but you do have your notes of how you guys took random trips around the ship together. You guys had breakfast together a couple of times.
Aw.
It's so cute.
We're adorable.
Yes,
We do not have a rat problem on this ship anymore.
it's true.
Hey, I didn't know we did.
I'm still not okay with just letting every stowaway that comes onto our ship stay with
Just
us,
like hang out.
I
especially
pointed
ones that don't
Domino
speak common.
and 100% agree with that one. What do you say?
But there is multiple different arms of Absalom Station to go ahead and land on. The only one that really isn't accessible to you guys is going to be the more expensive area, as they typically have shuttles that are brought in, and you have your vehicle sort of parked outside of Absalom Station and brought in. But you can definitely go to like one of the arms that lead to like the lower decks, or to one of the other fancier sides of Absalom Station. Is there anywhere particular you want to go ahead and park it?
I'm gonna fly it around a little bit, looking for the cheapest parking. That also looks like our ship's not gonna end up on blocks.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
It's just like, hey, I could take us all the way down to the bottom of Spike. We could probably park it out, no problem out there. But like, nah, we ain't gonna do that. We're better than that. We almost died too many goddamn times to have to deal with the bottom of the Spike. I mean, yeah, this looks good. Hey, Absalom Station, I'm gonna park right here. Is that all right? Sending you my location.
A few moments go by, and without any sort of issue, they go ahead and allow you to go ahead and park your vehicle on the loading dock area.
Thank you, Absalom Station.
Mm-hmm.
Doo-doo. It's like,
I'm expecting you. Oh, I guess that's the captain's job. I tell everybody the temperature on the swap station.
I mean, I could. Hey, y'all, welcome to Absalom Station.
you.
Weather is it's a goddamn space station, so I don't even know if they have weather around here. It's about room temperature inside, pretty much everywhere. Some places a little colder. Please don't get stabbed, because I need all y'all to run this ship, and Lord knows the captain ain't gonna tell you not to get stabbed. So be safe, make good choices. Always be skeptical of the drugs strangers try to give you. All right, cool.
Get stabbed, it'll make you stronger. If it doesn't kill you.
Domino, not all of us have scales. Thank you.
If I get stabbed in
Don't
the lung,
write
I
that
will never
down,
be
Fred.
the same.
Stabbing does not make you immortal, goddammit. We're not
Nor
doing
does
that.
Nor does it make you stronger. Pretty much, if you puncture any organ, it will never be the same.
Although, if you get stabbed a lot and you're not dead, you might be immortal.
No.
I'm gonna spin around
There's
in the
evidence
chair.
to suggest.
I'm gonna
What
spin
came
around
first,
in the
the
chair.
stabbings?
If Rix is on the bridge, I'm spinning around and be like, that's not goddamn science, and you should know that shit.
Well, I mean, it's just a hypothesis. It's always worth testing.
I take on a lot of dumb shit in my life, but I ain't gonna take on 40 blades. That ain't something that I'm trying to do.
Well, it doesn't
You've
have to be
also
40.
stabbed a lot.
Most of the time, I'm the one doing the stabbing. But, you know,
Speaking of dumb shit, I believe you and Sunny may only have 24 days left. How are you feeling?
Wait, are you calling them dumb? What?
Second that motion.
24 what?
Touching the orb was dumb.
yeah.
Oh, 24 days? Yeah, I forgot about that.
I mean,
Are those Absalom days?
yeah.
Where is this being from? We don't know.
Did we
So
cancel that by killing that lady?
That's a good question. And
Is it-
follow-up question, because it is an important one. Are we talking like Absalon Standard Time, or are we talking like Adari
mean,
days?
I go I go to the trunk and I open it. Is the orb still there doing its thing?
Yeah, it's still wrapped up in that box.
Well, I mean, you could touch it again if you want.
We could see if somebody knows about it here.
That's a good
Yeah.
plan.
If we
do you
all
just
touch it,
open it up like in the what's it called? The bridge,
I mean,
or do you go back to the loading, like your guys' loading area, and open it
it's
up?
like in the loading area, probably.
I mean, you're definitely not opening in the engine room, that's for sure.
I definitely wouldn't drag it all the way to the front of the ship.
I just want to make sure, Captain.
I do have some bad news. Since we found it on Castroville, it could be only 12 days. So just kind of, whatever.
I hate this. I'm just gonna put that out there. This dumb. The fact that everybody everywhere is like, nah, it's this day. Nah, it's this day. Shut up. This is why we use Absalom Standard Time.
But does
We
the
should
orb
use
use
rest.
Absalon Standard Time?
It better. If it doesn't, I'm
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it was made before Absalon Station.
we could use standard time also in the Vescarium. So
If it
I don't
doesn't,
really
you
know
can't
who
be back
asked.
because you'll be dead.
Hey, who or not who? What kind of time did they use pre-gap? If this is that kind of old, like, is that a thing that we have to worry about? Were days different back then?
Galorian standard time.
Terran Standard Time?
I could
Ferrex,
look
go
it
ahead
up
and
real
roll a
quick.
culture for me.
Also, how are
Well,
you gonna
actually,
die? Is
you
it gonna
all,
be like
everyone who's from the Pact Worlds would know that Absalom Station just took over where Galorian was. So, like, the time difference, there wouldn't be any sort of time difference because it's still in the exact same place where the planet itself was. So it wouldn't change like the time or anything like that, or how long it takes for a year. So
I think
Yeah,
the time
it's-
really depends on the rotation and size of
It has-
the planet.
It has 365 days per year.
I
Normal
think we might be digressing.
stuff. So
This Bruce is just like, why are we talking about time tonight? This is the
Another-
dumbest thing.
Pointless
Speaking of time, we
question.
don't have much.
How are you gonna die?
I mean, I have a couple of ways that I've been wanting to die, but like, Sonny-
Also, do we know what's gonna kill you?
No.
We just gave it time. I mean, it could be counting down until you become immortal.
well, you guys do.
And we can
remember
stab
that
Story
it.
I heard.
then we can stab them both and see what happens.
the individual you guys met that created the orb did say that an entity was going to come and attack them to collect their souls. So something is going to come and attack them at the end of the 24 days.
I mean, that entity could have been a liar.
Also very true.
Well,
I
I
think-
mean, what point
I think-
does an entity have to lie?
What point does an entity have to tell the truth?
What
My
is the
brain is
truth?
just
Well,
about as cooked as it
that's
could
it.
possibly be at the moment. Who wants to spend some money that I don't have?
My first question, looking at Otto and Denver, are you leaving the ship or?
Yes, but I'm gonna be wearing a disguise.
Yes, but I ain't gonna be wearing a disguise.
Yes. Yes, you are. Yeah.
But also, what are we doing about him?
Who?
He just looks over and begins to wave at everyone.
Oh, fuck.
Jesus. All of us get a message and watch our videos or
Attack.
selfies. Okay.
The next 5 minutes, us being like, all right.
So,
Wouldn't you just,
I
wouldn't
usually
you just
leave.
forget as soon as you watch the video?
Why don't we just
It's
make him cap?
Ah, ah.
You gotta
hold
watch
up.
with one eye and have the other one
Yeah.
on the ground.
You hold it up next to his face while you watch it.
Oh, Grays.
we didn't answer my question.
We could kill him. and then we never have to worry about this
I
situation
leave
again.
all grade
Domino?
related matters up to you.
Why is it always kill?
Well,
Or because do you know another permanent situation or solution?
we could just leave him here.
Yeah, we send him on his way, and he gets to enjoy his life.
Yeah,
I'll
he
just-
gets to fuck with an amount of people on Absalon Station.
He did
Assuming
name
that-
Amount.
Assuming that
Okay.
the recap video had him phasing through the binders, he could probably just phase through all of our stuff and steal whatever credits or personal
course. Yep, 'cause
belongings
he's
we might have.
automatically a criminal because he can break
Also-
out of stuff. Is every magician a criminal too?
What does
'Cause
he
they can
need?
get
money
out of
for?
their bindings.
Now, I've known a whole handful of magicians. Not a single one of them ain't not been a criminal. All right. So
Do I
Ain't
still have my translator?
Yeah.
I'm
Ain't
gonna
not
ask
been.
him. Have you ever been to Absalon Station before? Do you like it there? Well, that's where we are. So, do you want to stay here?
This is
I think you should, because my teammates are kind of scared of you.
this
But
is
we
a
can stay
podcast.
connected.
You can find me on Gray LinkedIn.
I took care of him. It's fine.
Braden.
Domino
He did.
Domino rolls up with a marker board with a pros and cons list.
Tell me we just had a whiteboard around here and nobody
He-
told me.
Well, as you remember, like the Gray picks up a whiteboard and begins to write. He turns it around towards you, Ferrix and Sunny, and he's like, "This is where I met you." Smiley face.
Huh?
He's been on our ship this long. Okay.
I don't remember that.
We
just
don't
have a nice
we don't
number of the
remember
crew?
that, but okay.
It was fun.
Well,
And
you
then
can
like
prank
begins
more
to
people.
walk towards the ship door.
Bye.
It
Who are
walks
you
back over
talking
to you,
to?
Sunny, and like gives you a hug, and then leaves.
Hope you find your dad.
That
Is
alien
that
knows
forever?
all of our deepest and darkest secrets.
What?
He knows everyone's secrets.
We did
Yeah,
we did air out some dirty laundry
He
with the
knows
Gray
everything.
just chilling.
It's okay. He doesn't speak common, so I tell him not to let the door hit him on the way out, but he won't understand me.
He's just gonna go turn in our bounties.
Right?
Over there.
I'd ask if that guy was gonna pay rent, but I don't remember who we're talking about. So
Did anyone
never
sense
mind.
motive on if he actually knew common?
Nope.
Everyone roll a will save for me.
I swear if I forget him.
Nat 20, come on. I got a dirty.
Nat
I
20.
got my
21,
net
come on.
20.
I did not.
No.
So I got a 23 off a net 20.
I got
Can I have-
22.
Dirty 20.
Can I have a dirty 20?
You can have one; it won't succeed, but you can have one.
That's very sad, actually.
I forgot him.
Okay.
I got a 22.
Okay. Ron and Kali?
15.
Ray who?
Rehu. So it looks like Denver is the only one who remembers the gray.
To be honest, I think that's a worse fate.
I'm on board.
I mean, we have a
Wait.
bunch of video evidence. It's fine.
Does Al remember?
I'm gonna be terrified when I go through my photos later.
Do we forget? So when he leaves, we forget the photos, obviously.
Yeah.
But if I look at the photo and then I put it away, do I have to make would I forget basically?
So you would remember that picture is there, like after looking at the picture. It doesn't seem to, like, the sort of brain wiping, if you want to use it in that way, isn't technology based. It's actually looking at the creature itself. So if you look at, like, the pictures and you look back at the memories you guys all shared over the last 4 days, that still is there. Once you, like, look back at the picture, like, you don't, it's sort of like the gap. You look back, you know that this person was friendly, but you don't remember any of the time you guys spent together. It's exactly how you
gap?
guys feel like after the gap.
Are you saying the gap was a gray invasion?
Maybe. We don't know. Except for everyone, like, fell asleep simultaneously and woke back up.
All right, so what are we all standing around for?
Okay, Otto, let's see your disguise.
All right. I'm just gonna go put on the space suit.
Nice.
That's just a change of clothes.
But they've never seen me in it.
I'm also
Okay,
gonna go
and
put on
what
a
should we call
disguise.
you?
Don't.
All right. Don't. Let's hit the road. Wait, Domino, what's your disguise?
I was gonna maybe grab one of those dead mice and use that as a mustache. I don't know
I'll
who
adopt
keeps
that.
killing these mice, but I keep finding them around.
I think
Why
that-
the hell do we have so many dead mice?
No one expects a mustached Vesk. It's the perfect
What's his face
disguise.
was eating them. Anyway, I'm ready to go. And I stand up and pull my like sponsor jacket off the back of the pilot's chair, put that on, and my sunglasses, and I'm like, hell yeah, let's get it.
I'm just gonna hand you the other spacesuit.
Do you want me to roll a disguise check?
Yeah, please.
Don't worry, I'll clean up the dried blood and. Oh, it's a nat 6.
Sick.
Just slap. I can't get the blood off. I'll just leave it at the ship. Try to hide my face.
I don't think I can wear that, but
If you don't, we might get in an unnecessary firefight on Absalon Station.
if
You
I
want to get
don't-
arrested? Banned?
We wouldn't get arrested if it's an unnecessary firefight. They come out here like, bah, 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 bah. So then you start shooting back because that's what you do. While I'm like, hiya, I'm trying to give them the good old chop. Like that's just us defending ourselves in there, man. Like that's not.
We
that's
don't.
Not...
We don't need to.
Captain,
That's fair.
if I may make a suggestion,
Of course.
some of us should go to Starfinder and get full access to the ship, while the other ones maybe sell some extra wares that we received off of Castroville.
A fine plan, my friend. And who do you think should go with which party?
Aren't you the captain?
Yeah, I'm doing a lot of delegating today.
More like a
he ain't in the mood
supervisor.
no more.
I thought that was your job.
Okay, I will go.
I want to go to Starfinder.
You will accompany me. Or I will
Good call.
accompany you. I don't really know. Does anyone else? Would anyone else like to come with us?
Please don't make me talk.
Okay,
I gotta
got
go
you.
to the Arcana Miriam and talk to them about what I found. So,
I don't have money to spend, so I probably shouldn't go shopping.
Okay, Rix. By the way, what should we do with this orb?
I'll take it with me. Actually, They'll know what to do with it.
Okay.
I'll
Could
go
you
with
also
lock
find
it and give you
stuff
the
out
key.
about it?
Or what was that?
Could you also find some stuff out about it?
Yeah, it's my job.
Uh, Denver, Sonny, do you want to go with Rix in case they need to, like, I don't know, take a biopsy of your soul? I don't really know how this works.
That's probably a good idea.
I'll go with him.
All right.
I was gonna go with Rick's and maybe do some shopping on
I'm
the
not
way,
good.
but I guess he's got his posse with him already, so I'll just go by myself.
Okay,
What?
so
No.
Domino.
You
I'm
coming?
with Vesk. Yeah, I gotta
Oh, I
buy
thought you said
something,
Rex.
and what?
I'm going to
No.
a different place.
Yeah,
There's
Yeah.
no
I need to buy
shopping up there.
something, and while me and you are shopping, we'll go ahead and sell off these. What wares do we have?
Oh yeah, we got some stuff.
We got this bag of whatever this jingly jangly
Here's it.
nonsense
I don't
is.
even know what's in it.
All right.
There are I
5
believe,
rifles now.
yeah, 5 cryo rifles in there and 6 pieces of armor that have an upgrade attachment to them.
Sounds
And
pretty
I
heavy.
give you the bag of. I didn't
Yeah.
actually open the bag that we conned off of what's his name, so I don't know what's in it. But I'll give
I
you that.
I drag the bag to the Vesk and just kind of like hint that I think maybe you should grab this.
Wait, can you even carry that much?
Can I carry that much?
Yeah.
Absolutely not, because the armor alone is gonna weigh a ton.
I think the armor
That's-
alone
yeah.
is like 3
That's
bulk apiece.
That's why I left my armor back when I killed all those bodies, because I'm not carrying the shit.
You know,
Is there?
you know they have like
Meanwhile,
carts.
Sheeran is just
Yeah.
packing a bag.
They have carts by the ship. So.
Don't we have like a speeder
Yeah.
too?
You can't. It's at the station, bud.
I don't drive.
Yeah, I'll grab a cart that either we have or that we found on the station. So we'll pack it up.
The armor has a bulk of 3. The rifle has a bulk of 1.
Yeah.
Each.
Kali, where you going?
I think I'll go to the Starfinder.
All right, Denver. If you're not gonna wear a disguise, please be careful.
You know what? I guess whatever. Fine. I'll wear a disguise. I'll put the dumb spacesuit on. But I'm keeping the sunglasses because they're badass.
The mice might attach to your lip. The scales were a
No.
little slick for me.
No, that sounds painful. Ain't doing that.
Who all took a cryo long arm?
I took 1. The one that I disarmed.
Okay. So we have 3. Kali, I know you're trained in long arms. Did you want to take one?
No.
Perfect. Cuckoo.
Keep those dirty long arms away.
It's a
from
really
me.
nice long arm. Just saying.
Uh,
The level 4.
Yeah, level 4 weapon, y'all. So you do have, like was said, 7. If you wanted to take all the heavy heavy armor and then 5 rifles. You guys do have a. It looks like a makeshift golf cart that has a little trolley behind it.
Do you want to just like fast travel our buying session? And we just message you what we bought.
Who's going shopping? Is just Otto and
Just me and the Vesk.
I was gonna go.
I thought you were going
You-
to the arcade
yeah, you're gonna-
with Ferrex.
yeah. You're gonna soul biopsy.
It keeps sounding like you're saying arcade.
Yeah, arcade.
I'm
Arcade.
like,
yeah.
I'm
Oh,
here
no.
for it.
That's
go.
why Denver is going because they thought it was an arcade.
That's all it is.
This isn't. I don't see no video games.
What is this?
Okay.
And that's how they went to college.
Exactly.
Hey y'all, so I understand time now.
I guess since he's not going, I'll ask Denver if he needs me to pick up anything, and then that'll be it.
I will message. Actually, I can't afford anything, so
If it's
We're
cheap
selling all
enough,
this stuff.
Well, that's crew money. That's not individual money.
Yeah, go ahead and just message me what you guys are wanting, and you guys will go ahead and get 10% of everything as money back. Because when you sell stuff, you don't get the full price for it. You get 10% of the sell price.
Okay, I thought you meant like when our individual purchases. I was like, what?
No.
It's 10. Sure, I'll only pay 10%.
No, you
I'll
get
buy everything.
you get 10%. So, if someone wants to do that math on how much that would be, great. The three of you head to the Arcanium.
Arcanumirium.
That one. And you walk up to like the front desk area, where it has like just for people that are just randomly coming in. And you do see there is a elvish woman sitting behind the desk, sort of typing away at a keyboard. Looks up to you. Hello. Do you have an appointment with someone?
Horizon Hunter, Rick's Lortech. I have an item that I need looked at, and two people that, might be cursed by it. So, the usual.
That's the fucking usual right here.
She looks over to you. It's the usual for him.
Wow. Oh.
Hold on. And she begins to type on the keyboard, and it's it feels like an eternity, but it's just a few moments go by, and he's ready to see you.
Okay, just follow me. I'll just go through the doors and.
Yeah, I'll follow. I did bring my fucking cane sword, and I wanted to buy a switchblade, but it costs $1,300 for a switchblade.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yep.
I'm looking at it. But yeah, I'm following. I'm just like, I don't like this at all. They're gonna put something in my butt. I feel it.
Put something on your head.
You guys will go ahead and walk into a small laboratory, where it does have a multitude of different machines, and you do see a couple of humans looking around. Notice you. Please go ahead and are you two the one that's cursed? Ferrix, is it you? You didn't touch anything.
Oh
did you?
no, it's these two.
Okay. Would you two please go ahead and step inside the chamber for me, please?
What? What's
It'll
he
be
gonna do?
fine.
It's just gonna give you a scan.
Okay. Let
No,
me
no.
slowly get in there.
Both at the same time or separate?
Separate. There's two separate chambers.
Okay, cool. Yeah. so I'll
There's
step
two
in the-
chambers. Don't get in mine.
I
You,
mean,
like,
hey,
stop
I
there and
don't.
you're like, oh, excuse me.
My bad. Hey, I'm
Um,
just doing my thing.
and you guys begin to hear from the inside. On the outside, it's absolutely silent, but on the inside, you guys begin to hear a whirring sound. As you guys begin to see a blue and red and yellow, green, just lines just flashing and spinning around you. As this is going on, Ferrix, the professor, looks over. So do you have the artifact that these two touched?
Yeah, it's in this this chest. Because if you touch it, then you end up like them. So.
Huh. Perfect. He opens it up, closes the lid a little bit. Where did you find this?
Well, we were looking through some ruins. As you know, on Castrovel, they were like ancient Elven. I took a lot of notes, and I pull out my book and start flipping through to the notes I took. We
Goes
just
ahead
go
and
over notes.
look it over. Looks over Sunny and Denver.
Give it to me straight, Doc. Am I dead or what?
As you say this, you're going to hear the as the machine and the scan begins to die down. I don't think so. I mean, everyone who's ever come in contact with this hasn't lived beyond the at least rumored 30 days. Both of you guys do have some sort of magical enchantment on you. Assuming it came from this orb. Excuse me, and he looks over to you, Sonny. Are you magical in nature as well?
Not really.
So you don't
I mean-
cast any magic or anything?
I can summon, like a weapon, but that's it.
Are you a Solarian?
Yeah.
Interesting that this had... Maybe that's why you had a different effect than you did. And the doctor now begins to, like, get real uncomfortably close, Denver, and just, like, inspecting and, like, looking at your face and stuff like that. Just looking...
It's real close there, Doc. I'm not sure what you're trying to find out.
Well, it's interesting. We've never seen the curse split. You guys got two halves.
So half dead in 30 days? I don't understand what we're talking about here. Like,
We're going into a comatose state, or
Well, there's a couple different theories. One, it could be half the time, or you guys have maybe double the time. Since the curse was split, you guys maybe have a weaker version of it. The different... The thing that's interesting, it's sort of like he goes to a whiteboard and like flips it over to the back and draws the mask you guys saw in your vision.
what's with these whiteboards?
And
yeah,
he sort of
whiteboard's fucking everywhere.
splits it. Well, you're in a lab. Why would you be surprised we don't have? Anyway, he goes ahead and draws the mask and sort of splits it. This is half good, half bad, and it looks like it's been split between the two of you. It seems like the negative energy from it went to the... Excuse me, what's your name? It looks down to you, Sonny.
Sunny.
So, the negative energy went to Sunny, while the positive energy went to...
Yeah. You can call me D.
D. Which
That
is
makes sense.
sort of ironic because, you know, negative, you think of the sun and solar and... anyway, it's just very interesting. Have you guys had any experiences with the curse? Has it spoke to you? Has it done anything?
I don't think so. Wait.
I mean, it presented itself, split into two, flew at us, and then...
It definitely spoke to me, but I can't remember what it said.
At one point it said, "Return the slab or suffer my curse."
I don't think it was along those lines.
It wasn't. You guys both know that it did whisper to you when you guys touched part of the half mast that was on the bottom of the tunnel walls. Sunny, when you touched your side, it said drown. And then Denver, when you touched your side, it said forward.
I thought it was something else then.
I'm gonna relay that. Yeah, when I I found another mask out in a hallway that looked really similar, so I decided to touch that one too. Because science and whatnot.
Yeah.
As a man of science, you can understand.
Yes.
When I touched mine, it just said forward, like real quiet in my ear, like just like that, and I was like, shit. Who am I to say nah? Like a mask on the wall told me to keep moving, so I kept moving.
Mine said drown, and then it proceeded to drown us all with water.
So,
Well, attempt to.
right. So, looks over to you, Denver. So you got what seems like the positive outcome, where you seem to get the negative outcome. Very interesting. Are you guys going to be on Absalom Station for long, or are you guys hopping planets?
As far as I know, we haven't really talked about that much. As I kind of look between the other two with me, just
We haven't really discussed it.
As long as we need.
We will, if you guys don't mind, at least while you're in Absalom Station, just coming back about once a day just to do scans so we can continue our research on it. And then we'd be pleased to be able to look over that artifact for you, Ferrix. It may take us a couple days to look into it if you don't mind leaving it with us.
Oh, I'm staying, and I want to know too. So I'm helping.
Perfect. That's even better because we are short-staffed. So, you guys are free to go looking at Denver and Sunny. We're just going to look over this artifact unless you would like to keep and look over it as well.
it don't do nothing for me, so might be safer here.
Oh, okay. Yes, like I said, you are free to go, and Ferrix, we can get started on looking over this. While this is all going on, I believe 3 of you begin to head to Starfinder. And as you guys are walking through, going closer and closer around the main headquarters for Starfinder, you do notice roughly about 3 or 4 Vesk that are wearing the same armor and weaponry that you guys fought on Castrovel. They seem to have, looking the exact same marking on the shoulder and everything. But you guys walk into Starfinder without any sort of issue. There is a young drow sort of sitting propped up, looking over, and you just hear him whistle as a young human comes running out of like what looks like a back room. Yes. What can I help you guys with?
What can you help us with? We work here. I mean, what can we help? What can you help us with?
I didn't know that. Are you looking for someone individual, or what can I help you with if you guys are?
Yeah, we know our way. Thank you.
Okay. You definitely get the sense that very new. You guys go ahead and begin to head wherever you guys would like to. Relatively.
I'm headed to Sergeant Chris's office.
Okay. You guys head to Sergeant Chris. You do see that she is in the middle of a meeting with a Vesk individual. Has their helmet off, placed on the side of their chair. Same armor that Domino's wearing that you guys have been seeing. But looks like as Sergeant Chris looks over to you, eyes open up, and she's got, no, she gives the Vescan eyes, begins to speak. You can't exactly see or hear what she's saying, but the Vesk goes ahead, stands up, puts the helmet on, and begins to walk out.
I make a comment about how something smells funny as he walks by me. Hi, Sergeant.
Sergeant Chris just shakes her head and has you guys come in. And she goes ahead and shuts the door behind after the three of you enter.
So mission accomplished. If you could just unlock our ship real quick.
And you do see that there is a notification that pops up behind her. One new message. And it just has your comm code on it, Thrawn. She turns around, plays the message. You record it. Hey, we've go ahead and completed this. And
That's
she's
me.
like, what? Huh. Yes. Here you go. She goes ahead and slides over a chip. It's about the size of a floppy disk, but it has just like raw circuitry on both sides of it. If you go ahead and give this to your, I think his name is Ferrix, he'll go ahead and be able to put that into the computer, and that will go ahead and give you full access to the ship. And ow.
Thank you. So situation report. Our people are cursed, so we got that going for us. They're at the Arcanium now. Just getting running some tests, doing what I call the soul biopsy. We're pretty light on supplies. It was a rather interesting endeavor. How do you got requisition forms around here? How do we go about getting more
Work, more
supplies?
supplies. Ah, yes. Well, if what we can go ahead and offer, if you are, on mission for Starfinder, we can absolutely go ahead and restock your ship on different supplies and stuff that are needed. But if you're sort of on your own, I mean, we can still cover the fuel for your vehicle. But other than that, the supplies should sort of be on your own terms.
Okay, so you just kind of pay per gig. You're not really.
We could look at more extensive contracts if you want to look at more extensive contracts.
I'm just curious. You're smart people. What's you got a discount in the area with vendors that we could go to? My people are in the shops right now, and if there's somebody specific they should look for to get a little bit of a discount on, say, an armor upgrade, grenades, some weapons.
Let me think here. I mean, most of it, obviously, we can stock ourselves, but sorry, I'm looking this up real quick.
How dare you?
I know I'm the actual worst. I mean, there's some less favorable people down in the spike. The lower down the spike you go, probably the lower the prices.
Okay, but you don't have like someone you recommend.
When she goes ahead and gets her comm link out and begins to scroll through, you know what? There may be. They haven't been in stock for a little while, but if you go down to the 28th floor of the spike, there is a Yosoki there that should be able to help you out.
Got it.
Don't mention Starfinder. Just let them know that Kay sent you,
Okay.
and they may have some stuff available.
All right. Appreciate it. I think, Kali, did you have a status report to give?
No, I actually just have a question. Sunny in the past has said that she wanted books out loud, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Sergeant, do you have any books by chance? Starfinder manuals, anything? I think one of our crew members just needs time to themselves just to read.
She goes ahead and looks. Yes, and she goes ahead and grabs like two different editions of the Starfinder manual, hands them over to you. It may take some work to fix, and she goes ahead and opens up her desk drawer and gives you a small pentagonal disc. It has a large crack going through the middle of it. I'm not sure if this will work, but there were some digital books on it. Maybe Ferrix or Otto can be able to fix it.
I'm sure one of them can fix it. I got faith in them. All right, thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Is there anything else that you guys need? Zerat,
I'll
quiet back there.
I'll eye Zerat and with like a let him know that I will speak for you if you want. Like you can just talk to me in my head.
What is our next mission? Do we have one?
Yeah, we're just looking for our next mission.
I have another meeting coming up within the next about 5 minutes. And I could see if there's anything available for you guys. If you would like.
Ask her about the Vesk.
Yeah, I will. Don't worry, I got you. Yeah, if you just take that meeting, let us know. We're gonna be around. We're probably gonna stick around Absalom for a little bit, just until we get this whole curse situation under control. But then, ready to go. And then we'll like pack up and walk out. And I want to like, right after I leave, I want to poke my head back in and go, "Oh, hey, Sergeant."
Yes.
The Vesk. What was that all about?
Please, if you want to talk with me in private, I'd be more than happy to explain.
Okay.
And she has Thrawn come in and shuts the door. They are offering money for a couple of people they believe we are protecting from their government back in the Veskarium.
And are we protecting people from the government back in the Veskarium?
That's what the meetings that's coming up is to find out. There are 2 individuals that are supposedly wanted by the Veskarium and the Vesk Empire. And we are in a treaty right now, which we are help each other wherever we can. Intentions are a little high within that treaty, but we want to make sure that we are above board. So we are having a teleconference with all the meetings of Vesk 1 through 8 and seeing exactly what they've done and if we are indeed harboring fugitives.
I don't think you were picking up what I was putting down. Are we protecting these individuals?
We are protecting them as much as we can. And she goes ahead and slides over her comm unit after she typed something in it. Slides it over to you.
Say.
It says that they have a very good case and that you guys probably should be gone within the next few days. Doesn't matter where to. Preferably outside of the pact rules is going to be safer, but as long as the Vescarium knows that they are around, and possibly with Starfinder anywhere in the pact rules is a concern for Domino and Kali.
I understand. And I'll just get up and leave.
By the way, the shop that's gonna be on the 20th floor, it's the Dirty Furnace.
Oh, I know the Dirty Furnace. Thanks.
Okay. She goes ahead and drops her comlink back and just sort of plops down and continues to type. Ferrix, go ahead and roll mysticism, unless you want to take 20 for it.
Yeah, I can take 20.
Okay.
That would be a 28 total.
28 total. You'll be there for multiple hours going over this orb. But all the research you guys have on the orb that you guys have as a collective has only had a single individual touch the orb. It's never been touched, in such succession that causes the mass to split. So this is something that's absolutely brand new, never before happened. They're wondering is it's seeming to be able to give at least a small sort of divination. They're not sure if it's because it is a Solarian artifact and a Solarian touched it, so maybe it's not all evil. They just don't know. And also they find it interesting that the negative energy, which is typically thought as darker energy, went to the Solarian, which is all about solar, as well as a Raxolite, compared to the light energy went to a Tiefling. They don't know if it has anything to do with that in general, but it's just things that seem surprising. But this deity has been around pre-gap, or since after the gap, and a lot of people have been looking for this relic, and it is worth quite a bit of money that they would be very interested in holding on to it for more educational and research purposes.
I mean, it belongs in a museum, so.
It does indeed.
Can I make a? I don't know what religion would be, but would it have anything to do with like Nethys? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Is that mysticism?
Yes, it would be.
Just trying to see if Rix would know. Nope, I rolled a 1. So.
What's the total?
A 9.
9? No, unfortunately, you are unsure.
Okay, then forget what I said.
Perfect. Okay. That's going to take you roughly about 4 hours to do with all this research. So the rest of you, after you guys complete your shopping, complete your trip to Starfinder, and complete your scan, you guys can all reconvene at the ship if you guys would like to, or unless there's something else you guys would like to meet up at.
I would like to ask the front desk worker that I was low-key rude to because I didn't have my notes popped up and didn't remember the name Sergeant Chris. I would like to ask them, hey, You know the Vex that just came through here.
Yes.
Do you know where they're staying or where their ship is parked?
Um.
All this time, I want to side eye the Drow to see if they react to that at all. I don't even know who that person is.
Um. As soon as you mention the Vesk, they turn and leave out the front. But I'm not sure where they're staying. They said it was
Okay,
none of my.
thank you for your time. I like hurry and like shit. And I go over to Kali and I'm like, you follow that motherfucker and tell me where he goes. To the Drow that just walk out the door.
All right, I'm on
Can
it.
you do that? Yes.
Yep.
All right. Kali, I'm assuming you don't want to be known that you're following this individual.
Correct.
Can you go ahead and roll a stealth for me, please?
Yeah, 27.
27.
Kali, where'd you go?
As you say that, you look away for a second, and you look back, she's just gone. And then go ahead and roll a perception for me, please.
15.
15. You could tell that he's definitely trying to make sure he's not being followed. You've seen people move like this before, sort of going through larger crowds of individuals, cutting through, taking multiple different like sharp turns, going into alleyways. You stop and look down. He turns around, looks back. You're already gone, and you continue following him through. But he goes to the area of the upper class where most of the people like to go towards the top of Absalom Station. Gets to the point where you get the Absalom Station ask for you see him pull out a small card of some sort, shows it to the guard, and the guard turns around and walk in, and they nod and allow him to go through. Do you want to keep going forward and try to continue to follow, or do you want to turn around and go back?
I'll try to keep following.
Okay. You get up to the point where the guard. Let me see if he seems to notice you. Go ahead and roll another stealth check for me, please.
26.
26. Good lord. You wait for him to look over and have another conversation and check with someone, and you sneak by and go further into it. And up here, you actually begin to see there is now the glass dome that covers the top of Absalom Station. And it's one of the few places on Absalom Station where there's actually sunlight. Most of the other light is made up of different LEDs and other things that get changed throughout the day sort of to reflect the sun. But you actually have full sunlight here, and there's actually a large, very beautiful garden that's in the middle of this area. And you see him walk into a shop for maybe a few moments. Walks out with a small bag, and just like begins to tuck it into his vest pocket, and continues out, and just sits on a park bench.
When he comes out, can I accidentally bump into him and try to grab the bag?
Yeah, go ahead and roll sleight of hand.
Okay.
Which, yeah.
I got a 25.
You go ahead and bump into him, and he looks over to you, tells you to watch where you're going, and then continues over to the middle of the park. And you have in your hands a paper bag. It's relatively heavy. Nothing absolute crazy or anything like that, but definitely heavier than what you were expecting inside of this bag. Where would you like to go?
Well, I'll just. Oh, I'm so sorry. As I reach inside of his coat and grab it, and then I'll just turn around and hold the bag in front of me so he doesn't notice that it's gone. And I'll just head back.
Okay. You go ahead and head back through. The guard waves at you, looks at you a little confused, a little bit, doesn't really make note. As you get ahead and head back to the ship. This all takes roughly about 30 minutes for you to go all the way up there, have this occurrence, and come back. Is there anything anyone would like to do during this 30 minutes of downtime while Collie's off doing Collie things?
We can have a discussion as a group if nobody has anything. Is there any individual stuff that needs to happen?
Yep.
Are we done shopping at this point?
Yeah, at this point, you're done shopping. Everyone has sort of met up at the ship, all besides Ferrix and Collie.
So
I want
I'm
to.
assuming the thing. Go ahead.
No, because my thing is taking us to the next part of the story. So if you have a thing you want to ask or do,
I
I was gonna say, I'm
just
assuming the stuff that Denver wanted, I would have bought for him and brought it back.
and through that process, I also was going to try and sell my armor that I have currently, which is just a set of second skin.
Yeah.
Sells for 25.
Sold.
So, boom. Hey, Otto, go ahead and mark 25 more back to you because I'm using that to try to pay you back.
Yeah, 25 credits back.
Speaking of
Alright.
selling things, the that spear we took a while back, that was like not really a spear.
Mhm.
I just kind of threw that in the trash.
Okay. Just
I don't know if it'll be worth anything.
the guy looks it up and over. No. No. Anyone else want to talk about what they bought, what they didn't buy, what they going once?
I bought some fancy stuff if we want to go over it real quick.
I
Up to you.
saw that. That is beautiful. We'll go over all that shopping stuff in just a second. Thrawn, if you want to go ahead and pick up.
yeah. So I would just meet back at the ship, and so here's the reality of the situation that I'm just going to give to all of you up front. When I walked into Sergeant Chris's office, also, I plug in Al real quick to get the upgrade.
You see the whole ship go dark, and you begin to hear everything to power down.
Does the power back up, or
Is this Krill?
Hasn't right now.
Right.
Did you just kill our ship?
a
I
little
turned
bit?
on my flashlight.
A little.
You were saying?
I just a little bit killed the ship. That was how I wanted to start this meeting. I wanted to keep it very forward.
And you hear as it begins to power back up, and it just says processing, and then it
Great.
goes back normal.
This is a perfect time while this is booting up to have this conversation. So there was what I can only assume was Domino's commander in Chris's office as I walked in. Sounds like they are going through more formal channels to have you and Kali returned to their government, to whichever Vesk planet y'all conquered that you call home.
I'm not saying anything, but you can kind of see me like, just like white knuckling the chair or whatever I'm leaning on.
I inquired as to how much protection Starfinder could offer you, and the answer was not much. They did give their blessing to GTFO.
Of course they did. Why would they care about anyone other than themselves?
My thoughts exactly. So we have two options. We can stay here and try and fight this thing. I guess we have three options technically. We could run. Sergeant Chris suggested beyond the reach of Starfinder, sort of out of the Pact worlds, just as far away as we can get. So we could do that. We could stay and fight, or we could do a combination of both where you all kind of run and hide somewhere while I stay here and make our case. So they can't just grab you, or we have some sort of escape plan if things go south.
I mean, my 2 cents on it, Captain. We could go somewhere real cool. I'm always up for a challenge of flying through the diaspora. That's just a good time. But if we stay, that sounds like perhaps maybe better flying. Follow me and live fast, die young. That's what I'm always saying. You know what I mean? Back me up. I'm always saying that shit. One way or another, I'm with you, Captain. I ain't got shit going on, but hanging out.
That brings up another point, which is the options are in front of us. I will be taking on this endeavor with Kali and Domino, whichever one we choose. If you don't want any part of this, just want to turn to Starfinder or go home, no one's going to think less of you if you just walk out the door right now. If you stay past this point, my assumption is that you are on our side and to the death, basically, because this could go south real fast. One of the Vesk's guns was as tall as me. It was really scary.
I'll just walk over and climb up onto Domino's shoulder. Be like, I've been here already, so I don't see why I should go anywhere.
I was gonna throw a chair and storm out, but
No!
you being on my shoulder kind of calmed me down.
Oh, that's
Touch your hair a little bit. It's okay.
You have hair?
No.
Maybe.
But between Ott and I, we either die because we owe somebody money, or we die because we're on a crew with a Vesk and that's in trouble with the law. So, like, one way or another, we're kind of boned up against the wall. You feel what I'm saying?
Well, I don't plan on dying, but defending Kali and Domino sounds like some good action, so I'm in.
Hell yeah.
I don't see any justice in this, so I say if they want to fight, they can come find it. At least legally, we're safe in the Pact worlds.
For now.
Unless they're looking for us, too.
Chris made it seem like in order to uphold the treaty, they may have some leeway to collect you in the Pact worlds.
Yeah. It sounds like you're not going to be safe here either.
Well, son of a bitch.
The vibe I got from this meeting was that the Vesk, or I don't know what you call the Vesk government, but they are going to plead their case. Whatever Starfinder court is going to probably uphold it because it's a good case. And then Starfinder will now be responsible for turning you over.
So with no evidence to support my case, I'm not sure what Kali did to be wanted, but...
Is there any way we can find some evidence to support your case? Anywhere we can go?
The best case we could do is to find, I don't know, the people that destroyed our ship, but that's a death sentence in its own. And who knows if we'll even find anything.
More of a death sentence than fighting off the entire Vesk army.
Well, if we're running anyway, we might as well see if we can learn anything.
So, I mean, if we're going to be running, I will toss it out there. I've always been interested in Eox for some reason. Just a planet full of skeletons wandering around sounds freaking awesome.
If we are trying to plot a course that will lose whoever is chasing us, I think Denver is the perfect person to plot that course, just however they want.
If there's some place that the Pact Worlds and the Vesk might hate more than each other, besides the Aeon Throne, it might be Eox. Even though they're part of the Pact Worlds, they're not exactly a welcoming people.
100%. Plus, it's a planet full of skeletons shambling around. That blows my mind.
Also, we're not running. We're strategically retreating.
100%. Yeah, you ain't no coward. Ain't. See? Otto, you called him a coward one time for the one time, and I said,
Oh, I view this as a victory. They tried to collect you via combat the physical way, and we said no. And now they have to take this chicken shit way out. So far, us 1, them 0.
Politicians. He calls himself a commander.
While this conversation is going on, I'm going to start heading up towards the bridge because I assume we're in like our galley conference room at this point. And on the way, just like, hey, full version of Al, wake up, bud. I got some questions for you. We're plotting a course. It's going to be awesome.
Calibrating.
Damn it. Let me turn around and walk back to the conversation.
How did your doctor's appointment go?
They touched my butt.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
Rick's thought about it though.
I don't think they did.
That
Well,
face-
that
that
guy
face.
did get pretty close.
Right, that guy was all up in my face.
Yeah,
and,
he was all up in your face.
And Rick's was like, I could touch that butt right now. I
Yep.
felt it. It's a vibe. That face that Rick's is making right now. Look at that. That's a. I should
It
touch
was.
that.
It was the whole feeling.
As a reminder, Rix isn't actually there.
This is true.
The
Rick's-
fuck is
Oh,
Rick?
no. True. So Rick's doesn't have the chance to defend themselves. Yeah,
Yeah.
Rick's trying to touch my butt. It was weird.
Yeah,
100%.
the Rick's vibe for sure. I
Rick's
can't
like,
believe
oh,
that
damn.
happened to you. I'm so sorry.
Rick's like, oh damn, you got a curse. Let me pull that on out of you real quick.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was
No,
like,
he's done that
whoa.
to me before. Feels good.
Whoa, it's weird, brother.
Don't knock it till you try.
We didn't really find anything out. I mean, they said that it might be different since we both touched it, but they didn't give us anything conclusive.
Do they think they could fix it or no?
They're just studying the orb itself now to see if they can tell anything else. But they wanted to see us. They want us to check in every day until we leave.
Okay. Well, let's make sure. So we'll have you check in tomorrow, and I will inquire as to the proceedings that are going to take place for this whatever hearing. All right. Until then, we're getting a full restock. So if Starfinder hasn't been through already, eat and drink everything you can, so that they just restock it immediately. Yeah, that's the plan.
Hell yeah. Since we're already in the galley, Denver is on it.
We're just gonna look at Zerat and be like, feast?
So many Twinkies are about to be eaten. I'm on it.
Okay.
A feast is began. As you guys are eating, or at least the food is being prepared. You guys do hear footsteps towards the entrance of your ship as Kali comes back with a brown paper bag. And all the lights begin to flicker again. power down, and power back up as it's beginning to cycle. You guys do hear Al testing, as it's like going to like different speakers that are starting in the bridge and echoing outwards almost. Captain
back?
Sunny,
Yeah.
Thrawn,
Hello?
Denver,
Hey, welcome back, buddy.
Domino,
Mm.
Zerat,
Hello.
calibrating, Otto,
No.
We're a lovely bunch.
Kali,
Hey there.
Ferrex,
I thought she wasn't going to say anything.
Is that turn on lighter
Hello.
again? Okay.
Captain Sunny, is Ferrex on board?
No, not currently.
Understood. Scanning, and you guys see a familiar red line come across the ship. But there also becomes a blue and yellow and green. Updating medical files.
Did the full version of Al just take my blood type without actually sticking me?
I think so.
What the? Damn.
Hey Al,
Yes, Captain.
can you reassign Captain?
Yes, who would you like the captain to be?
Say it. Say what you're thinking.
I can't.
Do it, coward.
Denver.
Oh.
Processing.
Captain for the week.
Denver is assigned as pilot. Cannot override.
You can't be both?
Correct.
Alright, give it to Thrawn.
Processing. Captain Thrawn.
Mm,
Also, Sunny, would you like me to cancel that chair order?
Absolutely not.
No, that's part of the supplies we're getting.
Captain
I still
Thrawn,
need the
do
chair.
you second this?
Let me take a look over the plans. Was it to replace mine? Because I think it should just be add that chair.
I'll give you that it won't replace it anymore.
Just replace the cup holder with another chair.
Can it be an attachment like a sidecar?
Yeah.
It just sits off just a little bit.
Processing.
Has its own little arm.
Order submitted. Starfinder on their way in 27 minutes and 30 seconds
Sorry, what?
for a restock.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Captain Thrawn, did Starfinder give us a time limit where we were allowed to, quote, GTFO?
It was a loose few days, but
Oh,
I was
okay.
going to do a little bit of digging tomorrow and see what the proceedings are actually going to be, and if I can sort of figure out exactly the time frame. I'd also tomorrow I'm probably going to try and figure out if I can delay it, if I could, like, I don't know, filibuster or something weird like that. I'll take that opportunity. An ideal situation here is we get a cure for whatever curse is going on, and then we leave.
Yeah.
Kind of all
Countersue. I hear countersuing takes months.
Yeah, I'll file petition on petition. I know a lot about bird law.
Birds. There's a lot of birds on EX.
skeletal birds. I'm telling you, it's a perfect planet.
This is a weird overarching joke.
Goodbye.
Oh, sorry. Bye, Al.
Hey, Domino, I'll let you know right now. If you need representation in court, I will represent you.
Understood.
Hell yeah.
You just see me standing behind him, just looking at him like,
Vescourt is battled or battle to the death.
Oh hell yeah! I'll fight a Vesk. Just I'll do it.
Trial
as soon
by
as you say
combat.
that, I'm now behind him going, oh.
Well, it's about time for me to hit the old dusty trail. Stand up. Hey, Al, now that you're awake, bud, we got a course to plot. And I'm gonna head up towards the bridge to start looking at the fastest way, most efficient way to Eox with the help of Al.
Understood.
Otto, did you ever trade in? Did we get anything for that? I know I'm harping on this, but the bag had money in it, I think.
It was like 100 credits worth of metal.
Great.
I think they just threw it to the smelter as soon as we gave him the bag.
Yeah.
Ah,
So divided by 8, not a lot.
okay. Well, I mean,
Or you know what? You found
was-
it. I mean, put it towards crew stuff.
I kept one coin. It's a good souvenir. That's really the best we got about it. Anyway, speaking of bags, we just brought a new one onto the ship.
Yeah, does that have
Golly,
a head in
Oh
it?
yeah.
What do you got
Is,
there?
you boozing now, Kylie?
Not really.
A lot of confidence in that statement, but okay.
Over the
Not really.
over the comms, just like, oh yeah, hey, by the way, if Carly brought weed, I want in.
Denver, I'm not sure what it is yet, so we'll let you know. So I hand the bag to
Please be weed.
Theron, and then I walk over to Sunny and pull out books from my backpack,
Yes.
and then that little thingy-majig, and I throw it at Otto if he's still in there. Say, hey, think you can fix this?
What? I have no idea what it is, but sure.
Yeah, well, me neither, really. So has books on it. I don't know.
Like a Kindle.
There's books on it?
That's what the sergeant said. Which
Otto, if you don't fix it, if you break it more, I'll kill you.
I mean, by the time I'm done, there'll be books and stuff on here for you.
Okay.
Books and stuff.
Thanks, Collie.
You
All
look
right,
at the books,
I-
and there's just the Starfinder manuals.
I don't even care. There's nothing to read on this ship. I don't even care.
I gingerly peek into the bag.
Okay. You peek into the bag. There is a small arm inside of it.
Now,
small
I have,
arm?
yeah, I was
Or a
gonna say
small
you got to verify this.
Sorry, it is a pistol of a
There
like
we
a
go.
small arm.
Small bear arm.
Just
Is it a
tiny.
head?
Is this a gift?
I don't know. He went into a shop and came out. I didn't really want to cause any suspicion. I just wanted to know what he got. So
Ooh,
Oh.
Cap, don't touch
Up in
that.
the
Don't touch it with your.
Not touching
Sorry
it.
to cut.
nobody's
Sorry to
touching.
cut you guys off. Pardon me. Let's check that for evidence.
Okay, I'll just hand it
I
to
guess.
Otto, I guess. Where
Over
did
the-
he go?
Just grab the
It was
bag
in
and
the
be like,
upper class.
That's the bougie area.
Over the comms. Hey, what the hell was in that bag that Collie brought? I know it's not drugs. I'm just real nosy up here, kind of bored. Plotting courses sucks.
Just come. Oh, you're plotting a course. Okay, it was a gun.
What?
Exactly.
probably a murder weapon.
Oh
Who
God!
carries a
Hell,
gun in a bag.
dude, hell yeah, crime gun. I won't touch it.
No.
No.
I do have an inquiry for Denver when we get to some downtime. Maybe once we start plotting or moving out.
You, what kind of just looking with it over with your computer?
Yeah, I'll use scans. Whatever my thing can't do, I'll have Al assist me.
Okay.
So I'll check for any DNA, fingerprints, recently shot, caliber, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So roll computer.
Yes.
I got a crit 29.
Very good. Very good. You scan over it. The weapon has never been fired. As you look at it, um, it is a laser weapon of sorts. You've never seen this weapon in looks before. Um, but you do tell it has a full battery. Excuse me. But the ID on it has been sort of like scraped off and electric. Like there's no, like it can also be like scanned and other stuff. There's absolutely no identifying marks on this weapon.
All right. Well, it's a burner. It's probably an assassination weapon that they will kill somebody with and ditch. That way it can't be traced.
Okay. So it's about a 60-40 chance that they're gonna kill us. The 40% is the chances that they're gonna go try and assassinate one of the Vesk people. So, beware of Vesk, and just beware of strangers while we're here. Even more so than usual.
You mean everyone?
Yeah, I do.
Well,
Alright.
Captain, unless you want me to, I'm not leaving the ship anymore. So
It's like a decent idea.
You think someone was assassinating one of the Vesks that were hunting us?
So here's what I know. This person was chilling at Starfinder. I walked in. The Vesk were in a meeting, so it's possible that they were part of their contingent. I went out and inquired about the Vesk, and the moment I said something about them, he bolted. I had Kali follow him. He went to a store in the bougie district and bought a pistol. And that's where we're at.
Should we try to find said person and
Yeah.
interrogate?
That's a great idea, if we can find them.
I might need somebody that can disguise a little better than I can.
we also don't have home court advantage. We're also being hunted. Two different parties are hunting us.
I won't be any help with disguising.
Yeah, this sounds like it's maybe a Kali goes sleuthing situation while the rest of us stand ready to back her up if needed.
Lounge downtime.
Depends on how long you guys want to stay inside of Absalon Station.
I really don't even know.
By
I need
at
to
least
I need
one
to
day.
talk to Rix about that.
A few moments go by. Starfinder comes onto ship and refills the food and everything for you.
I'm nervous. Can I just make a perception check to see if they're like low jacking us or anything weird?
Yep, absolutely. Go ahead and roll perception.
Zara, you didn't have to eat everything.
I forgot. I can still speak with my mouth full. Yes, I did.
Oh, okay. Okay. Just figured.
The old mod 20.
Mod 20. Okay. You look around and like stay either like on the other side of the cafeteria and watch them sort of from afar as they go around. But you do see that they do a once over the ship. They don't touch anything, but they go ahead and refill more or less the material used to make the food, and begin to, you hear them as they begin to leave the ship. It's good for refuel. And then they sort of walk off as a couple of Yosokis bring on a trolley, bring over a large hose and begin to hook it up to your ship. And with that being said, that's where we'll go ahead and take our break. So thank you guys so much. We'll be back in 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Hello, we are back. Matt, right on time as usual. Um, we're here. We're doing the thing. As a recap, um, the group went around, did assortment of different things. Some got medically checked. Some went and sold some items that a drow was finding, and some went shopping, and some went to talk to Starfinder. When the ones that went to talk to Starfinder got there, they were talking to a Vesk wearing similar armor to the vest that attacked the group, and they got the full version of Al. Thrawn is now the ship's captain officially, and that's really about it.
I put the pistol back in the bag, give it to Kali. It's illegal, but it's really good. Here you go. And then walk back.
Sounds great to me.
I did put the stats for that in the Discord, so if you want to add that to your character sheet, if you want to use it, great. If not, awesome. You guys have an extra gun that is illegal.
And over $1,000.
Also that. A few hours go by, if no one wants to do anything specific, and Ferrix, you made your shopping trip, and you are on your way back to the ship without any sort of issue or delay.
Cool.
I'm going to ask Denver a question.
Okay.
Wherever they are, I'm going to Denver.
Yo.
The ship that attacked me all those days ago, I was wondering if you might have been able to recognize it if I describe it to you.
I got a pretty good eye for a spaceship.
Well, this was a pretty big spaceship.
How big we talking? Hit me with it. So I'm still like typing and like Al is popping stuff up on the screen and I'm swiping it away because I don't like that route. And like,
Disclaimer: this description might not be accurate because I'm not totally familiar with the spaceship scale of things. But anyway, well, all I know is our ship was, I think, a destroyer class, and this ship was multitudes larger.
shit.
Maybe colossal dreadnought.
All right, so on scale with that big ass ship that had the tree coming out of it.
Yes, actually.
Okay.
Forgot about that ship.
Yeah, Denoveris Rel, don't forget a ship. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Thing was kick ass. Anyway, go on.
When they boarded our ship, the crew size was enough to fill our halls, plus enough to maintain whatever systems they had shutting down our systems. And they were strong enough to overpower us in sheer numbers. So it was clearly an Eoxian ship full of undead.
Okay. Cool.
I'm not sure how many. I can give you a. I don't know. There wasn't a name on the side of the ship, but
Now, because you said it's an Eoxian ship, Corpse Fleet, they don't fuck around.
Corpse Fleet. That's the word.
Yeah, Corpse Fleet don't fuck around. Was it like a big ass rib cage, or did it look more like a spine with some bones coming out of it?
It's definitely a rib cage. It almost looks like a floating torso.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Can I make my like piloting or my culture check to see if I actually know what this is?
Now that you bring it up, the bridge of the ship was almost like a skull, a humanoid skull.
All right. And that is a culture check, I believe, right?
Yes.
You have a bonus to minus the TC.
Yeah, so it's reduce the DC by 5 for this because ace pilot. And that is a 19.
19. Because of your knowledge, it was probably what they call an omen bringer, which is extremely armed, but it is gargantuan in size. Um, that being said, it's still not the largest ship that they have. But those haven't been seen as you've never seen anything larger. But a lot of people that you know of that were, either have seen the ship or have fought against it is the Thamtek Omenbringer, which is like a gargantuan battleship worth. So it's definitely something they take to go fight either squadrons of ships or something they go take in for some big time battle for it.
All right. Shit, bud. That's a Thomtech. I'm gonna bring it what you're describing right there. The fuck kind of nonsense are you into?
It came out of nowhere. We came
I mean-
upon a little drop pod that we were just investigating. We came upon. We were perhaps wondering if it'd clue us in on a lonely shuttle or a merchant that we could, And yeah, nothing in the drop pod but dead bodies. And that's when this Omenbringer popped out of nowhere.
Mm,
Didn't have a chance to escape before they boarded us.
all right, so Bruise.
Yep.
I'm not trying to go beyond my knowledge and just like my knowledge. Or
Don't
Denver's
worry,
knowledge
I wouldn't
here.
let you.
I
Just
completely
making
made
sure.
all this up, by the way.
No, you're good. So, can I make a culture check to see what I know or understand about like Eoxians?
Yeah, you can make another culture check.
All right. As I'm, as you bring up like the drop pod with the bodies and everything, Denver just kind of stops and goes, "Ow, I'll trust you for a minute, bud. Keep it going." They're still route planning.
Calculating.
Thank you. I'm gonna make that culture check. Say 21 on the culture check. So what I know, like, obviously because it's an Omenbringer, they don't fuck around. They don't take that out for no reason. But like, as far as a drop pod full of bodies, would I know anything about that?
It's. Let me think. The first thing that comes to mind is a scouting party.
Like the drop pod is a scouting party?
Right.
Okay.
Whether or not it could be one that the people that were sent in it just couldn't survive on the atmosphere once the drop pod was opened. Or it was maybe a situation that something happened on the ship and they were just disposing bodies. I mean, it could be all sorts of things, but nothing in particular really stands out to you when it comes to Eox and drop pods full of bodies. You do know, as most people who watch any sort of live television, there is a very popular Eoxian called Zoe, who goes around to different solar systems, different planets, looks for the most extreme sports, and tries to televise it. So it could also,
I'm a fan of Zoe.
It could also be a something to do with something that he's trying to do as well.
Okay. And with that culture check, would I know if, because earlier we had said that like Eox isn't really like it's part of the pack, but like not really part of the pack, like they're still pretty standoffish. Is there any beef with like Corpse Fleet being anywhere in the packed worlds or like just out flying around? There's no beef with that.
No, I mean they are 100% part of the packed worlds.
Okay.
Just like everyone, like all the other pack worlds, yeah, they have their things that make them standoffish and even quote unquote evil to some people, but they're still part of the packed worlds.
Okay. Cool. Just making sure.
Mhm.
So that's super weird that you got a whole ass like almond bringer just zipping up on you like that for nothing. I mean, I don't know shit about shapes from the next thing, but like big ass ship for just a tiny ass drop pod.
Certainly nothing we ever expected. And it wasn't even in the Pact Worlds.
Oh no?
We were my ship, we just stayed on the borders. Mostly next to Zlanti, but sometimes we'd venture towards the Pact Worlds, but we never did anything illegal. Since we were in our own space. Or so we thought.
I mean that's fair. International space mean ain't no laws. Yeah. Well, first off, I'm glad you're still alive. That's pretty fucked. Second, Denver kind of extends their hand out a little bit. Want some candy?
Is it chocolate?
Nah, it's yeah, it's more or less Skittles.
Thanks.
Hell yeah. Third, if we see this ship, obviously I'm assuming you can point it out to me and I can cause I want to see that shit.
If I see it, I'll be sure to bring in any alarms we might have.
Yeah, cause if we see that ship, I'm turning ours the opposite direction. I ain't fucking with no almond bringer, bud. That's not what we're doing.
If we see that ship, there's not going to be any time to think. We need to hit the drift engine as soon as possible.
Good luck. Otto's a coward when it comes to the drift, but that's neither here nor there. Won't let me drive fast.
Practical. I don't even know why I said that. I can't hear you guys. Never mind.
Are you listening?
But yeah.
Well, I
That's
just
super
thought maybe
sketch.
if you recognized off of my poor description that we might have been able to have a lead.
I mean, I'll think about it. A ship that big, there can't be too many of them. Like, you think about it, like, sure, it's a court fleet, but like, how many big ass ships are you actually going to have out there?
It's called a fleet for nothing.
I mean, if it was a little tiny, like fighter or like frigate or anything like that, absolutely have a million of them. But big ass almond bringers like that, bud, like, there's gonna be a finite amount one way or another. We'll figure out who did that to you.
All right. Well, thanks for listening.
Oh, anytime. If you want to talk about quick ass spaceships, let me know. I'm down. I'll spin back around him. I gotta get back to plotting a course though, so don't want to be rude, but I do not want to keep Al waiting. I'll spin back around. All right, Al, get out of the way. Let's see what you got done.
All right, and it has, as I was just trying to get the best protocols, it did have you go into the diaspora, wait 2 days, go to the Eox through the drift, and then take the drift either to the. It has two different options, either to the vast or to near space.
All right. Let's sit right there. We'll talk to Captain about that one.
Understood.
Thanks, Al.
Thrawn, your comlink begins to ring.
Who is it?
It's Al.
Oh, hi, Al.
Me and Denver are done. They want to talk to you.
I'm on my way.
I don't want to be like Bogart in time, so if anybody else has other stuff that they want to be doing, please cut us off. I feel bad.
Yeah, what's going on at the Arcanumarium, or whatever it's called?
The arcade that I was lied to about?
Wait, or what was Rex? What were you doing? Were you shopping or were you researching?
Well, I spent most of the time researching the orb, but I did do some shopping. So,
Oh, okay. What would you find?
in which sense?
I very concerned about this curse.
Well, it's unprecedented at the moment. Everybody else in the past has only had one person touch the orb. Since we had two, it's kind of weird. So, still looking at it.
That's not good.
But I did get a weapon fusion on this new gun, so I'm pretty excited to
Oh
test
shit,
it.
howdy. What'd you get?
Well, it makes it disperses the energy in a conical form, uh, but it takes some time to recharge, about 24 hours.
Nice.
Pretty exciting.
All right. Well, if you have updates, I understand they're going to take a little bit of time.
Yeah, a lot of time.
Okay. Yeah. Well, keep me updated.
Will
Because
do.
I don't know if you were here, but we might have to get the fuck out.
But we just got here.
Exactly. We found out that the Vesk is petitioning Starfinder to turn over what I believe is Kali and Dominant.
Are they allowed to do that?
According to Sergeant Chris, yes, they are.
Okay. But so we have to get out of here now, or what?
I'm hoping we can remove the curse and then get out of here. But we only have a few days
Okay.
before this petition is ruled on effectively. Do you think we'll be able to make it?
Well, tomorrow I'll go back and I'll do double duty and we'll figure it out.
Yeah, if you could even get a way where we could keep researching the curse as we're traveling, or whatever you need to make it work, let me know.
Yeah, I'll see what I can find for that.
Mm.
Are we drifting when we're traveling, or are we just
It's likely.
because research through the drift is very difficult. So
I'm sure wherever we end up, we'll have plenty of time.
okay. And Frank's just kind of like is like almost panicking, but he just like wanders off towards his chambers, trying to figure out what to do.
Okay.
Yeah, then I'll hop back on the on the comms. Cap, I ain't trying to be a pain. Just want you to double check something before I make a final choice on which way we're heading. I have a couple options for you. Al and I worked out the math, so if you want to come on up, I can show you.
Well, whatever it is, the fewer people that know where we're planning to go, the better. So just keep it between you and Al for now. Fair?
That works for me. Hey, Captain, one more favor, A or B?
B.
All right, thanks, bud.
Yeah,
Click
no
off the
problem.
comm. Click off the comm. Then to Al. You heard the man. Vast it is.
Processing. Calculating. Ready to go when you are.
Cool. Just cool your jets for now, Al. Ain't nobody going nowhere just yet. Just hold on to that route, all right?
My engines are not turned on. They are cool.
Hell yeah, they are. Cool as a cucumber out there, bud.
Aha, that's a joke.
100% it is. Over the comms. All right, y'all. Full version of Al has a sense of humor, and it's awesome.
We love it.
Anyone want to do anything before concluding today?
I'll go test out my pistol theory, and I think I already know what the answer to that's going to be.
Oh, yes.
Then all my downtime will be making sure those two speeders that my friend purchased is not suicide bikes.
While they're doing that, I'm gonna go hang out with them.
Okay. The TV guys, go ahead and look over. Go ahead and roll. One, you can already tell without even having to like really dig into it. Auto, it's a normal little speeder bike. It's not anything crazy. It's well made. The other is definitely, you could tell from makeshift. Roll an engineering check for me.
Happily. 27.
27. If you probably had a week and a half to 2 weeks and enough parts to pretty much rebuild the bike, it wouldn't explode. But it would take quite a bit of money and time to reroute either power and fuel around to not cause it to explode whenever damaged.
Got plenty time. How much money we talking? Like going through like
you got a
catalogs of parts.
You got a 27. It's probably anywhere between probably 300 to 400 credits worth of parts to make this thing not explodable.
Both of them?
Well, only one has a chance of exploding. Only the Goblin make. The other one's a fantastic looking bike. It's a little dusty and dirty, but other than that, it's not bad at all. It's just one of them that is literally a Goblin bike has like a battery powered supply heading like almost welded into the gas tank itself. That's sort of split off, going to two different lines, like the fuel line and then the actual power. So it's just very poorly made. It will drive without any issues. If it takes any damage, it has to make a DC to not explode.
All right, I'll work on the Goblin to as much as I can without buying parts.
Okay.
We'll work on buying parts. Well, take me around Absalon Station. I'll talk to Denver about that. But the other one, I will just try to upgrade, slap some turbos on or something. Something that I don't really spend money on, but like I can make it faster.
Okay.
Tune it.
Tune it. Okay. So you two go ahead and spend time in the engineering bay, not the engineering bay, but the loading dock area, messing with the bikes. Anyone want to do anything else? Sonny, I'm assuming you're just reading your book. It's very, very fascinating stuff. Especially for you.
Zerat would
supposed to
like
mean?
to go find Domino at some point.
You go start looking for Domino. It's just interesting because, like, a lot of the Raxolite society doesn't have a very big focus on military. So reading a book about training soldiers and becoming more militarized is just very fascinating. You definitely see, like, a lot of that happened during the fight would have changed dramatically if you guys had any sort of actual military training like this. Zerat, you go and it doesn't take very long to find Domino.
Domino, do you have a second?
I look around in my room. Yeah, I guess I can spare a moment.
Normally, this is something I would go to Rick's about, but the Starfinder Society gave us a shop to visit while we're here before we go, and given that you have experience with the Eoxian people, is there anything that that might bolster our defenses or might give us an edge in combat in case it comes to that you can think of?
Let me roll a culture check on that to find out. Is that a culture check?
Yeah, it's cold. Well, so just trying to see if there's anything to bolster your defenses against Eoxians in general. I'm understanding correctly?
Yeah. Just Zerat does not know anything about Eoxians. He knows they're undead, but not sure what that means.
I've been researching Eoxian culture since we last leveled up and have hence learned a fluent ability of their language.
You can go ahead and roll a culture check on Eoxians and see exactly what is weird for those people.
23.
All right. The Eoxians. A lot of people just think they're just skeletons that just live on a planet. But they actually range for more vampires, and it could go from like cannibalistic ghouls to charming vampires, and from bone troopers to necrovites. Except for the bone sages, who are almost all necrovites. But you do know that Eox, the reason why all of them are undead is because they shot a planet-destroying weapon and destroyed a planet, but also put a giant crater in the middle of Eox. And because of that, it destroyed most of their atmosphere. So it was either make yourself undead and live forever, or everyone sort of dies anyway, and you no longer get to live on and continue as Eoxian. So most of them, because of the Bone Sages, caused everyone who wanted to go on became Eoxian and undead. So it's not just skeletons, but definitely a lot of undead creatures. But you,
I think the Librians, yeah.
yeah. The biggest thing that they actually typically fear as Eoxians is some supernatural hunger to go unsatisfied. It's really weird. So like either vampires just are afraid of not having any blood to drink or any people to eat if you're a ghoul. But bless you. But
I tried to mute, but I unmuted. Sorry.
Cool.
Ghoul. But one big note is that the atmosphere is extremely poisonous. So if you go out into the atmosphere for any reason, you absolutely need to have a way to purify poison or not be outside more than your hour that your suit can handle.
Yeah, besides the obvious, it's a planet full of undead. The atmosphere is extremely harsh, poison, radiation. It's more or less a dead planet, which is why the beings of Eox joined the undead, or became the undead. It's a very mystical society. Don't expect physical combat, but they have it. But they might be more effective at mystical, magical spells. Bone sages, their leaders, more or less, are stronger than their typical population.
Those bone sages, or the mystical aspect of these Eoxians, is that what caused your undead affliction with your arm? Would you like me to look into it further to see if there's anything I can glean from it?
I suppose now, since this is the third time you've asked, you might as well look. I'll hold out my arm. And while you're looking at it, I was just attacked by, I presume it was a bone sage who was a giant bone man towering over his undead army. And when he attacked me, and I later lost consciousness, when I woke up, I had a decayed hand.
That sounds terrifying. I'm sorry you had to experience that.
I still dream of it at night. Their faces, their decaying lips, their missing teeth, and their naggity tongues.
I still have dreams about the invasion as well, so I can sympathize with you on that. I would like to cast Detect Affliction on his arm.
The
Go
volume
ahead.
swell though.
Right.
little shift away from that.
That
So here's-
awkwardness.
Alrighty. So I determine whether the creature is poisoned, disease, cursed, or suffering a similar affliction. I can attempt a DC 20 Wisdom or Intelligence check to determine that.
Okay. What pages were the necrographs on, by the way?
It's an augmentation.
Okay.
Let me look.
Is that core book?
And actually, necrographs are, I think, armory, page 94. Yeah. Yeah, if you want, I can interject with the gist of it.
Sure. Well, Matt, go ahead and make that check.
Okay.
Yeah, and then
Alright.
if you want to add anything, go ahead.
Natural 20 on my Zerat die.
What's
So
the total?
23 for the wisdom check.
Okay.
If that is a curse or a similar affliction, which is what I just assumed it would be.
Technically, mysticism.
Yeah, so I have to succeed on the DC 20 check just to get that, and then I can determine the exact nature of this with a successful DC 25 mysticism check.
I'm not sure how Josh wants to treat it, but technically a necrograph is just like an augmentation, so it's like a technology.
Gotcha.
Let me take a look real quick. You said it's on page 90,
94.
94.
I just want to make sure you're not going to turn into an undead, zombie lich in the middle of our fights and then just kill us all, really.
I did ask during character generation if we could pretend, treat it as a curse, just for the sake of I don't have to go to EOX if I wanted to upgrade it.
Right. Sorry, I'm just reading over the necrographs real quick.
No worries.
Okay.
Click.
And you have the enervating hand, correct?
I also have the black heart.
Okay. You look over. There is some sort of magical energy coming from him. It is radiating from his arm, mostly. But you do get a sort of like a second source of it from his chest.
All right, then would you like me to roll the mysticism check to see if I can determine the exact nature of this?
Yeah, absolutely.
That was a natural 3, so 12, so no.
Yeah, you're not exactly sure of the exact nature of it, but again, it's coming from from his chest, where typically the heart is, as well as his whole entire arm, or no, sorry, the hand. So for like roughly about his elbow down, it's just a different shade and definitely withering.
Well, obviously your hand and shoulder arm are part of this necrograph, but you also have something inside of you as well, in your chest. So unless that was touched as well, this could possibly be spreading.
It is concerning. I mean, I was hit in the chest. I was wielding a Doshko.
Gesundheit.
A Doshko. when I made a strike towards the bone sage when he destroyed my Dashko and blasted me across the room. And that's when I almost fell unconscious. Perhaps he left a mark or something. But I feel fine. Sometimes I feel a little bit stronger when I use my hand. Nothing could go wrong.
Absolutely nothing could go wrong. I agree. Seems like you have this under control. Thank you for letting me help. And if you need to talk, I'm always in that room down the hall to the left.
All right. Well, my door's always closed, so just knock.
I won't need to. I can just speak to your mind as long as you're inside of here. Goodbye.
So awkward. The evening comes to an end. You guys wake up without any sort of issue or regards. You guys have stamina points back. Because I don't think anyone's spent a crazy amount of stamina or resolve points, excuse me. Stamina points come back, and I believe you get 1 HP back if you're missing one. So awesome. Other than that, is the following day. Ferrex, you want to get up and head off to the arcade?
Yeah, I'll leave as early as I can.
Okay. And do you want to go ahead and take 20 again, or are you trying to do something specific?
I'm just we're just trying to figure out as much as we can, so 20s all the way.
Okay, and what's your total? You said it was 27? Or
28.
28. Okay. Anyone else want to do stuff? I know Thrawn, you want to, I'm assuming, head back to Starfinder and talk to Chris about what your options are legally?
Yeah, I just want to do a little bit of research.
Did we have enough time for a downtime action?
If you will be able to today if you don't want to. Well, I guess yes. Going from last night into today, as long as you don't do anything for majority of today, you'll have time to do a downtime if you guys want to look up downtime actions as well.
All right, yeah, I did want to do the Explore Futures again to see if I can just try to tap into Thrawn's future, see what he has in store for
Yep,
him.
and you just have to do a remind me what that is.
Let's see. Spend a downtime. I make a mysticism check of DC 10 plus 1.5 times the target's character level.
Okay.
I cannot take 10 or 20.
So DC is 10 plus 5.
That would be 23.
That will absolutely work.
All right, Thrawn. You can go ahead and roll a d20 whenever you want today.
And then I can peer into my future?
Yeah, I already did it for you. I got it. Don't worry about it. I know what you're going to use it on, so it just...
Yeah, I don't, but I appreciate you, and when I use it, I'll use it.
You'll know.
Beautiful. That wasn't confusing. Anyone else like to do anything?
I'm gonna buy those parts, but I'm going to have Al contact my old buyer, who I know has good parts. That way he doesn't recognize my voice. And I'm gonna have Al set it up with him. That way it's all prepped and ready to go in one box. That way we can run in there, grab it, and run out, and nobody recognizes us. Hopefully.
And it's on Absalom Station, I'm assuming?
Yeah, because that's where we used to, race. And I have a parts guy who I trust, but I don't trust that he won't sell me out. I trust him on his good parts.
Right. On the part that counts. All right. It has been set. The time has been set.
You said that was like 300 GP?
Yeah, it'll be 300 credits. All right. Sunny, anything you would like to do?
I was just gonna take the lounge rule or action.
Okay.
And read.
Nice. Denver.
I will also take the lounge aside from having to go to the place to get scanned.
Oh, okay. So do you guys want to go and get both of you guys want to go in the morning, get scanned, and then come back then lounge for the rest of the day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably leave when Rix leaves.
Perfect. Kali, is there anything you would like to do?
Is Thrawn heading to Starfinder?
Yes.
Alrighty. I'm going to ask him to keep an eye out on. Who was it that was falling?
The drow that was just at the front.
Yeah. To keep an eye out for the drow. And I'll just kind of hang out, and if need be, I can go find him if I need to.
Okay. All right, off to Starfinder I go.
Okay. And Domino, what did you want to do any of the downtime actions as well?
Just gonna maintain my equipment.
Of course, make your
My
armor,
armor.
so super shiny, especially that new armor that you got.
Go ahead and cross out that that skull logo that was on there. Make a sweet looking skull and crossbones.
I love
The
it.
crossbones are gonna be super scratchy.
It's so good.
So I'm not a pirate.
Right. Thrawn, you go ahead and head over to Starfinder. Sunny, Ferrix, and Denver all head to go get scanned and work on magical item. And then after you guys get scanned, very similar process. Literally just stand there, and they're like, "Cool, thanks for letting us scan you. You're free to go." Ferrix, let's go ahead and get to work. And then Thrawn, you go to Starfinder, and you do see there is a couple of Vesk guards standing outside the front entrance in the same red armor that you saw the day prior. You go ahead and walk past. I'm assuming you're heading straight to Chris's office.
Yeah.
Okay. Chris looks over to you, waves you in as she's continuing to type at her desk.
Follow-up conversation on the proceedings that you're going to. When are they taking place?
Taking place tomorrow evening at 2 p.m.
And what is the sort of legislative process here? Litigative process maybe is a better. I don't know if litigative is a word, but it sounds good to me.
We're going to be in a lockdown room where myself, a couple other high-ranking members of Starfinder will be there, and we will be speaking with all the Vesk leaders. They'll go ahead and plead their case, and then I believe she looks at the scrolls down on her computer a little bit. We'll have 2 hours to come to a conclusion, whether or not they are being held liable for their actions, and if we are going to be forced to turn them over. Very quick process.
That is very quick. And do the accused ever have a chance to? This is purely for research purposes,
Of course.
obviously. I am very interested as a new member of Starfinder as to how these things operate. Do the accused ever get a chance to tell their side of the story?
If Starfinder finds them as protected citizens of the Pact Worlds, then yes, they will be able to. But if we find them as true outlaws based off the accounts that were given by other systems, then they go back to whatever planet they come from that has the issue, and they get taken care of however they take care of on their planet. That's outside of our reach.
That's a terrible process.
It's above my pay grade.
But yeah, it's above my pay grade as well. I was sitting here today. We can't do anything about that, right? Great. Sounds like I'm not even allowed in this room.
That will be correct.
Great.
They will
And
not be even allowed in this room.
Who is the representation? How high in any given government would an individual have to be to call such a meeting, to make such an accusation?
The Emperor himself.
Well, I mean, that's really cool. I'm glad I learned this new information.
Yes. Or at least if not him, then his close part, like overseers of the planet.
Right. Someone they directly were like, you go do this now. Like,
yes.
This is not a lawyer, a public defender situation. This is like some shit. Okay.
Yeah, to even come to the pact roles and request us to give these individuals is concerning.
It just for security purposes. Oh, never mind. I don't want to say that. That's racist. I was gonna say there's a drow lurking, but I mean, hey, they were just lurking. Yeah, I mean,
Duly noted.
Do you know who they are by chance?
I don't. They've been here for about a month, coming and going. I just assumed they were part of Starfinder, but I don't exactly know. Could be a new cadet. Could just be someone loitering.
I will leave you with this. It is not the former nor the latter. So do with that what you will. This has been a great educational session. I look forward to next week. We have yet another one of these educational sessions. Thank you for taking the time out of your day. I'm going to go now.
Good luck. And I'll see you
that
next
meeting
week.
Was today, right? Yeah, it's today that you're having that meeting.
No, we're having that meeting tomorrow at 2.
Oh, that's much better than today. Today, I hear the weather's supposed to be awful. So, okay, bye.
Bye.
The weather on this space station.
Terrible. Right, terrible.
Half a degree above room temperature. Absolutely insane.
Unlivable.
Okay, go back to the ship. Fuck. Okay, go back to the ship and just relay what this is happening tomorrow. There's nothing I can do about it. And we probably need to leave today to get a decent head start. I don't see a world where we actually get to. I need to go to Rick's and see if we have any sort of research we could bring with us, because we have to handle a curse problem and a outlaw problem at the same time.
Okay.
Did I get my parts?
You did. You get your parts, and there is a comlink placed on top of it.
Whoa.
I scan it to make sure it's not being tracked.
It is being tracked, but it is also unlocked.
I definitely would have fucked with this thing before taking it back to the ship.
Yeah, I figured as much. As like I said, you get there, and it is almost like a pallet full of parts that you would need. On top of it is a comlink. You do see that the tracking is actively on it for GPS tracking, but you do notice it's unlocked. You can open it to unlock it, and it just says there are people looking for you. Make sure to keep your head down, or you won't be as lucky as I was.
Is that from my normal dealer?
Yes.
Oh, he didn't betray us. Kind of. I mean, if we took this back, 100% it would, but he's, maybe. That's adorable. Is there anything, like, there's literally nothing else on here?
It's absolutely blank. That message was just typed up and then just left there.
Oh, that's nice of him. I'm going to show Denver, be like, remember this guy?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, it's so nice of him. Then I'm just gonna just yeet it.
I met him the one time. He was
Scatter,
he,
scatter, scatter.
he was okay, I guess. I'm glad he didn't try to sin. Like that's cool.
That guy supplied pretty much every part you ever destroyed.
Yep, that sounds about right. Mm-hmm.
Like, all right, let's hurry back to the ship.
Please.
All right, you guys go ahead and head back to the ship without any sort of issue.
Ah, wait, no, wait. Before we get on the ship, I'm gonna check all the parts for tracking and the box.
Go ahead and roll just perception.
Ooh. 12. Denver, do you want to check this box real quick? Also,
See what I can find. 18.
Neither of you guys find anything.
okay, I feel confident. I feel better with your 18 than I do with my 12. All right, yeah, let's go back to the ship.
I'm gonna get through everything. Just go. Damn, bud. I'm paranoid as shit.
Yeah. 1, hunting by the mob. 2, the Vesk. The Vesk. And, God forbid, the Vesk decide to hire the mob. Holy fucking shit. I just didn't even think about it just now, and I'm terrified.
Yeah.
You know
Now,
the
you know-
GM can hear you, right?
Who? What?
Is there a best
Just
mob?
give him Briz ideas. It's all. I'm just teasing you.
Oh,
If
I'm
you hadn't
thinking-
thought of it, you thought of it now. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
I'm thinking. I already said it once, man. Mob gets us, Vesk gets us. We get crushed by an asteroid in the diaspora. One way or another, we are on our way out. It is a thing. Gotta have some fun before we get shot into the sun. You know what I mean? Like, hey.
But the healthy paranoia will keep that fun going longer. So let's keep that in mind.
All right, fine.
And then I'm just going to go work on the bikes. That's pretty much all I'm going to do.
Okay, go ahead. You could take. What's your take 20 for? So just add whatever your engineering is to a 20.
32.
32. Okay. You're just working on those bikes. Beautiful. Everyone reconvenes. Ferrix, how long would you like to stay and continue your research?
As long as is needed.
Okay. You get to about 5 hours.
Okay.
With a couple of other colleagues all doing research, looking up historical occurrences. Exactly. Historical occurrences with the orb itself. Even tries to go into past scans of people that were affected by the curse and seeing if there's any sort of half-life or anything else that might be occurring with the curse splitting the two. As far as you're able to discover, the curse is still in effect, obviously, especially after today's scans. Both of the individuals that were scanned, they do not know because the doctor told them everything was fine. It was great. But what almost seems like their life is sort of being drained. They can definitely tell that they are being withered down magically as time goes on. But it seems to be less effective on Sunny than it is Denver. Again, you're not sure if it's because she's a Solarian or if she's a Raxolite or if there's any other reason why. Maybe because she touched it second compared to Denver touching it first. There's no rhyme or reason why besides the fact that it's not holding as hard onto Sunny that it is to Denver. That being said, looking at past occurrences of it versus here, it seems to be half as effective and almost like they have double the amount of time that they would if one person touched it. Almost like the curse was split, so it's taking longer to take hold.
Okay.
There is a theory that one of the people have that a strong enough dispel magic could remove the curse, or a strong enough ritual to remove curse might be able to do it. But to find someone that has that level of capability is extremely difficult on very short notice. It would take absolutely some time on their behalf to find someone strong enough they would believe to be able to remove this curse.
Okay.
But they understand that you might be leaving, especially because they mentioned that they're leaving it the next couple of days, but they go ahead and give you a data pad that has all the research on it, and just give it over to you. Say, hey, I know that you guys may be leaving within the next few days or whatever, but absolutely just feel free to every time you come in, feel free to download all the latest notes, put them onto here. As long as you're within Absalom Station airspace, the Infosphere should have a direct load up to it. So anything that we have will be uploaded directly to that equipment there.
All right. Thank you.
Mhm.
And yeah, I'll just do what I can, but I'll take the thing and we'll try to figure out. I'll start looking at like who would have like a dispel and all that stuff. But I know it's like hard to do.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Do you want to go after this 5 hour? Do you want to continue working, or do you want to go ahead and head back to the ship to check in and have lunch?
probably check in and then tell Captain probably what's going on.
Okay. As you guys are lounging around, plotting courses, fixing the bike, Thrawn, about 5 hours after, or realistically about 4 hours after you get back from Starfinder, Ferrix comes back with the data pad.
May I do something in the meantime?
Absolutely.
I go to Denver, and I go to Denver. No, I go to Denver because Otto's not gonna like this idea. Okay, I go to Otto as well. I need both sides of this coin actually. Where do these mafia folks hang out? I'm gonna go talk to them.
Oh shit!
Why? Why do you need to talk to them, Cap?
I want to talk to a low-level, brand new green person, and I want to tip them off that you're escaping in the Vesk's ship.
Oh,
I see no problem
I
with
don't
that.
know. I could probably come up with a large con list. Yeah.
Yeah, I just need some rando that will definitely get the information to the right people, but isn't going to be like, you're coming with me to talk to the boss. Like, that's what I'm looking
Or
for. Okay.
your plan works. They go to the Vest ship, they demand our return, and they say, "What?" And then they talk it out, and they figure out, "Oh, we're hunting the same people. Let's work together."
Yeah, I guess I don't want to be the architect of my own destruction. That's why I brought you in, Otto. That's why I didn't go to just Denver.
No. See, you're thinking about this all the wrong way. They're gonna be like, "Who the hell are you even talking about?" Then Cap's gonna be like, "Look, you got this absolutely devilishly handsome. You know what I'm saying? They're talking great things about me, and also Otto's there too, and they're
Okay.
gonna be like, "Oh yeah. remember that. Well, they're on the Vest ship, and they're like, blow that piece of shit out of the sky. Here we go. Bingo, bango. Now they're at Mafia v Vesk war right outside Absalom Station. That's nothing to
Right.
do with us.
Right. So the question becomes: is there something I can tell them that has nothing to do with the two of you, that can start this war and make the two parties that want to chase us not chase us for some time?
I mean, for a social manipulation plan like this, your best bet would be probably fucking with the Vesk to say that the the two other hunted are with the mob. That way, the Vesk go and slaughter the mob looking
That's
for them.
true.
That seems like a better option, but
The Vesk do think less. That's a good point. That's a good point.
still don't like either option. Can we just slink out?
Yeah, we can, and that's why I was thinking is if there's something I could say.
I mean, we have Kali. She's basically a saboteur. We could just jerry rig some explosives and fuck up both of them and cripple them for a short period while we get out. Or we just unfortunately smack the drive button.
Drive button's getting smacked.
One
Well,
way or another,
Denver
I'm
plotted.
hitting that button.
Yeah, Denver plotted the course, so whatever they say.
It's a good course. I'm pretty proud of it myself. It's pretty great.
And push come to shove, if we detour off that course mid-course and we go literally anywhere random, it might actually be good. Because, I mean, if we don't even know where we are, how the fuck are they going to find us?
That was the idea when I gave Denver full control of the course. That was exactly what I was thinking.
We're going to Disneyland. It's gonna be great.
I
While
figure
we're having
what's more random than Denver's brain, though, is my idea.
Denver, your plan?
so while,
Denver's about
while-
to smack the shit out of me.
while I decide whether or not I'm okay with that, hey, I'm gonna get on the comms. Hey, Collie, can you come on down to storage bay? I have a question for you.
Yeah, sure, I guess.
All right, yeah, come on down. It's fine. It's
Making
just
nervous.
I'll lean into the mic. I promise it's not creepy.
it's not at all. I think of anybody on the ship, I'm probably the least creepy. But
I'd beg to differ.
Oh, just thank you. I appreciate you. And I
Glances
flip
at Sword Cane.
It's
Malay.
practical and I hate it.
Now I'm really getting my ass whipped, aren't I?
I'm gonna flip the comms close and look at you. But Otto, I respect you, but I'm gonna whoop your ass, Captain. You're lucky you're the captain.
What? I feel like he's like, I'm the least creepy, or Ian's like, I'm the least creepy, and me and Captain had just kind of slowly pan down to the sheath. It's like,
I'm just gonna hit Otto in the shins with
each
my
other.
sword cane. Bop.
they are not shielded because I change every time I get on the ship, so that hurt.
A few moments go by and Kali walks onto the into the storage bay.
Hey, if it ain't my favorite outlaw, how much explosive do you need to take down a whole ass ship? A big ship. I ain't gonna tell you which one, but it's real big. All right. How much would you need for that?
Yes, Otto. Why do you have your hand up?
Because I feel like Denver should know this answer. Why are you like, if anyone's gonna know how to take down a ship, it would be you.
Okay, I know how to do it. That doesn't mean that I know how much like boom powder we need to make it happen. Like, come on.
Denver would overdo it, right? Like they'd just be
Oh,
like,
100%. I vaporized that bitch.
how much can we get that?
Yeah. All right. Fine. Do you know about explosives?
Not a whole lot, no. But why are you blowing up a ship?
Denver.
Sabotage.
I mean, that's yeah, I got that.
He said he was the. Ian said he was the least creepy.
That's not creepy. That's showmanship. Fuck you.
So who are you planning on sabotaging?
I will say that the people, not one person, the people are planning on sabotaging rhymes with desk.
Hang on. I'm pulling everybody in on this conversation.
Yeah.
All right, team. Well, welcome to the storage bay where we have this conversation while Otto is continually working on ships.
Yeah, I'm not stopping. I'm continually working on these bikes.
I had an idea. I've had a couple of ideas on how to keep people busy while we escape, and Otto pointed out flaws in all of them. And now Denver's saying that we should blow up the Vesk ship, and that's going to help. So I just want to let everybody have an opportunity to weigh in on what they think we should do to get out of here and give us the most time to escape, so we're not chased by either Mafia or the Viscari.
Also,
the Vesk government.
what he means by explode or destroy is cripple. I don't think we have anywhere near the amount of credits to get enough explosives to destroy the entire ship.
Not with that attitude.
Pretty sure some flags will be raised if we did buy enough explosives to blow up the entire ship.
I don't even think we could without breaking a lot of laws.
So
We'd
do you want
definitely
to
be
blow up the ship with the Vesk inside, or just the ship so that they can't follow us?
I mean, I'm good with
Just
either.
cripple it. Like
We just need them
maybe,
to eat
yeah.
pairs, even like that would.
Yeah. Maybe you slip a good amount of plastic future C4, whatever they call it in this game, into their engine room.
Yeah, let's put sugar in their fuel tank. Like whatever we got to do.
We
know
could
these
take one of the.
vests are going through some bureaucracy. Maybe we can pull some strings to keep them here a little preoccupied while we leave.
We could take Captain's whole ass grenade bandolier and just leave it in a exhaust port.
You could
It's not a bad
still
idea.
fly without that. You just
I
you
mean,
wouldn't take
if you put it in the right spot, you're gonna have a bad day.
Just saying. If I
How-
can fix it in a short period of time, they can definitely fix it shorter.
How big is this ship?
Big as hell.
We're not.
I'm just
doing it.
assuming.
It's the bureaucracy idea isn't too bad. Otto, do you have any mechanic buddies that work in like there's a docking area that would be able to like, oh, spot inspection, we got to check your whole ship, you can't leave for a few days, something like that?
That would be up to Bruce.
How about we leave a tip that there's a Vesk that fits my description on the other side of town, and we bail while they're distracted.
How about we leave a
Completely
tip?
subtle. My specialty.
We leave a tip that says that this Vesk ship with all the diplomats and everything coming in for the deposition is just loaded to the absolute brim with space coke.
What's the difference between regular Coke?
Hold on. How illegal was that gun that we stole?
Very.
How could we plant it?
I mean, to be honest, I think that's what its original plan was for. So yeah, sure.
Or do we need to
Well,
keep it for the pew-pews?
I mean,
It's up to Kali.
It's up to Colin.
I appreciate the sentiment. I do have one question from one of the most off the handle people that we have yet to consult. Sonny, how well could you blow the fuck out of a ship?
That's a solid point. We're talking about buying nukes. We literally have one.
I mean, I don't feel like I could damage a ship too much.
What if you just shot
What
it
if we
straight
yeet-
in the engine?
What if we yeet you into an exhaust port?
I'm not gonna be able to. I mean, I'll kill myself probably,
We don't want that.
but I
Just
think
plunk another one.
I
Right?
think you'd
That's
be
how that
better
works.
off planting explosives rather than using mine. Cause it takes a lot of work to use mine.
I mean, take a long nap afterwards.
Well, yeah, but I also have to be like in the middle of combat. So
I'll wing you. I
mean,
did Domino.
That was on purpose.
So, I think
Rix, Zerat, what do
Yeah.
you all think?
we need the sciencey people in here on this.
I think the best plan is to get out of here before the Vesk arrive. If we do have contacts here that can sabotage or make their stay longer, buy us more time, that's ideal. But we should upgrade the ship and get out of here, including a better set of computers for scanning or research, or maybe a collapsible ladder that we can use in case, we need to climb up to the ship, because that's come up a few times already, so might not be a
Yes.
bad idea.
Or a
thinking-
shuttle.
Yeah.
Or a shuttle.
Can I? Yeah.
Maybe some sleeping bays so that we can let all the people that we let onto our ship just stay comfortably.
How welcoming of
Why? I'm surprised you are wanting to advocate for this, but
Hey,
okay.
I think that's sarcasm, but
It's-
No.
the whole,
Otto took
the
that
whole
legitimately.
crew,
you? Yeah,
the whole
Kevin
crew chimed in on it. It has to be true. I think that's the one time the whole crew has agreed on anything.
Rix,
Glad it came through.
What do you think?
Well, I would say that getting out of here, we don't need to lose more people. So, and I have everything we need to further study this curse. So,
Let's not risk it. Let's get out of here.
Just leave. Find a far off docking bay where I can either make those personal upgrades that Zerat was talking about, or buy some parts, as we go.
Would
All right.
like to entertain the idea of a party fund to do ship upgrades, stuff like that.
We should definitely be doing that.
I was
Yeah, that's a
thinking
good
something
idea.
else when you said party fund.
Oh, that is coming out of my personal funds.
I was gonna say, can we set up both one of each there? One's a party fund and another one's a party fund.
How about a curse jar?
Yes.
Ooh, I don't like the sound of that, but I
I
love the
curse
sound
too
of
much
that.
for that. Yeah.
A cursed jar.
Nah.
Much better.
So
Oh,
I'm assuming that means that if you're cursed, you got to put money in the jar.
I thought you were gonna have to make me put a credit every time I said fuck.
Nah, you just got to pay me directly for that one. You swear too much.
All right. So, you guys
Hey,
go
I'll start
ahead.
the engines.
No.
You get a phone call on your comlink, Otto.
Go ahead, Al.
Would you like me to start the engines?
No. In fact, unless I or the captain, I look at the captain as to give a sense of like I'm giving you a lot of power here.
I'll fuck around and find out.
I or the captain ask you to turn on the engines. Don't ever turn on the engines without me doing it, unless it's me or the captain asking. Just don't even ask.
I only take orders from the captain, which you are not.
Go ahead and take that order, Al.
Processing. Added. Order number 527.
500. That's a lot of. Who's been giving out all these orders? Jesus.
I added a few.
First order
What's the
was
search history?
3,126 AG. Or BG.
Whoa.
Sorry. BG.
Before Gap?
BGs?
Yeah, before gap.
About the time
What have you been doing?
Sonny turned, teenage years. Got it. And then she's gonna walk away. Sonny just took that. Got it. Cool. I can insult Sonny all I want. It's fine. Cool.
Captain,
Got
would
away
you
with
like me to start the engines?
You see me
I-
peek back through the door, just staring at you.
I think Otto is going to do that manually. Thank you, Al.
Understood.
Remember, out. We chose B, so we're going out towards the vast.
Understood.
Hey, Al.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll say this in private, but I want to ask Al. Do you know when people are on the ship? Like, can you tell that it's me when I'm on the ship?
Every 10 minutes, I do a full ship scan.
Great. So if somebody that's not me or Otto asks you to start the engine, never mind. This is gonna turn bad for me. There's gonna be a point in this campaign where neither of us are on the ship, and they're gonna need to start the engines, and they're not gonna be able to do it. But then if I say, like, how do I phrase this? Because this is like, if me or Otto aren't on the ship, and somebody asks you to start the engine, then do it. But then some rando could do it. All right, so I have to say it like this: if a member of the crew asks you to start the engine, do a scan. If me and Otto are both not on the ship, go ahead and listen to them. If they're not a member of the crew, don't listen to them at all. Don't do that. We don't want them starting our engines.
I endorse this.
Processing.
Define crew.
Yeah, no.
Order too difficult.
Yeah, Bruce is gonna find a way.
What's up? My name's the crew.
He's just gonna get a hacker to come in and be like, and just hack in and like add me to crew.
Yeah, Al's just doing a string function here where it's like if
this,
string equals
then this,
the
if
crew.
this, then.
Yeah, we found out what the captain's actual job is to proof all these programmings.
Added 842 crew members to log.
The fuck?
Ha ha! It's a joke.
The fuck?
Can we turn that off?
Yeah, if I were you, you should like really dig into the settings here as we travel.
Yeah, this is gonna. All right.
I'm an AI. You can't turn that off.
All right, Al. Good talk. It's nice to have the full version of you. I love your personality. I'm gonna go to bed before I have a heart attack.
Probability of you having a heart attack 7.4%.
Those are
Seems too low.
Today
He
or in
eats a lot of Twinkies.
Right now,
Yeah.
as scanned.
we got more Twinkies. Yes.
Yeah, we're pretty stocked. We'll just have Denver. I'm trusting you.
I'm gonna hold you to that. All
Let's
right,
follow your course.
All right, you guys
let's do it. I'm
turn
gonna
on
start
the engines.
backing out.
You start the drift drive.
Oh, and we're drifting straight away, right?
You guys get out into
You know
Absalon orbit, and everyone feels that familiar jolt as you guys are flung into the drift once again.
And
Where
it's
you
a
guys will end up.
25 piloting check for the drift.
You said a what?
A 25.
25. Okay. Let me look at the book real quick.
Is that a critical failure there?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
one?
Has to
Yeah.
be.
Nat 1 seems like it still gets a 25.
I mean, if I'm gonna be complete, oh, I'm sorry, it's a 24 because the drift.
Dang
But
straight.
I rolled an 8.
Get me out.
Have you been using my compass?
Compass doesn't work
Does-
with drift travel.
Yeah, it doesn't work in the drift.
It's
Just
just yeah. That's the,
Otherwise,
use
yes,
it.
I have been. Otherwise, yes, I have been using the compass.
It doesn't point anywhere, but you can still look at it.
It's still pretty.
It was a gift, okay?
yeah. It's the only one that's ever been given, besides the books, I guess.
See, in like 20 episodes when Domino's dead, that
What?
that compass is gonna mean a lot.
This
Excuse
is my
me?
father's compass.
All right. I just realized how far the vast is.
It's like a whole system away.
It's more.
Wait.
Well, that's near space is a whole system away. The
what
vast
I was
is
thinking of.
5d6 away.
We're ripping an entire planet into the
Yeah.
drift.
Is Eox in the vast?
No, Eox
No.
is in the packed
Eox
worlds.
is just past the diaspora.
Where are we going?
The vast.
It's all part of Denver's plan. All right.
Do we have food?
Yeah, we just got fully stocked.
Got stocked up.
All right.
Okay. Okay. You guys are in the drift. Would you guys like to tell me how long you guys are in the drift for?
I guess it's on piloting. Should I take this one? And you're wanting me to roll those 5d6?
No, I already rolled it. I was just asking if you guys want me to tell you how many
Oh.
days you are in the drift for.
That seems like a lot. Absolutely. Is it all 30?
It is not
I mean,
all 30
we could
days.
yank. We could yank mid and just drop somewhere.
Uh,
Bad idea.
There
We
is-
don't wanna
is-
do
there-
that.
is- this
I
vast
feel like-
has a like the pylon that we need to point at.
has a pylon. Has a
Alright.
drift. It's not the one for Eox, but it has a one.
Is there plenty docking stations and civilizations around there?
Vast
I know
isn't very explored. There is, I mean, you're from the Vast, but so is Sunny is from the Vast.
I know of one civilization that's in the vast.
There
I
is
might run
a-
into.
There is quite a bit of stuff that's going on in the Vast, but you guys don't have to worry. You guys are only going to be in the drift for 22 days.
That's fine.
Nothing can go wrong.
I mean,
Every
My
day has a
parents-
50% chance of a random encounter. So what's the worst that could happen?
I'm not sorry.
What are we
I
doing?
mean, we could go back to my home world. My parents have a really big house we could stay in for a while.
There is just a random charted course to the Vast. Where you guys will end up in 22 days,
Find out next episode.
we'll find out next time. Maybe. I don't know how long it's going to take for people to get to the Vast. So,
Only 2 days.
I mean, yes, but sessions-wise, I don't know how long
Oh.
it's going to take for us to get to the Vast.
I got you.
Oh,
I
we got
got
3
you.
sessions of downtime.
Yeah. It's going to be something real special real quick. You
We're
don't have to
gonna
worry.
end
Your
up-
bikes will be fixed by the time you guys have a week left in the drift.
Otto makes a new bike out of random parts we don't need from the ship.
Sunny reads all the books about Starfinder.
Probably.
I believe in a callback joke to something much sooner, like much earlier. Those would be called redundancies.
Redundancies, indeed. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. The drift to the Vast is where we're going. So thank you guys. Really do appreciate it. Quick shout outs. Rockin' Anderson, thank you so much for the 10 gifted subs. That's insane. Thank you guys for the raid, Sarsons. I know I thanked you guys earlier, but thank you again for that. Goes a long, long way. Thank you guys for the new follows. Big thing here. So we did try to stream on YouTube. There's some stuff to be desired left. I think there's a lot of good opportunity for it, but still stuff to be desired left before I can fully make that transition over to YouTube. So we are going to be streaming full time here on Twitch. So you guys won't have to worry about any of that nonsense. With that being said, 2 very big events. I guess really only one now because the Landes happened last week. One really big event going to the rest of the year. Extra Life charity stream, November 6th, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 24-hour stream. So make sure you guys are around for that. We will be playing League. We will be playing tabletop games. All sorts of shenanigans will be played. One thing that will not be played is Civilization. That will not be played.
Liar.
No, it will not be played. That might be played, JJ. But it's going to be a good time. There will be, that week, there will be not 1, but 2. We run the Stars sessions if we can get everyone involved. Roughly about the same time. So make sure to keep an eye out for that. Other than that, we'll go ahead and go around to all our content creators. And then we will go ahead and call it an evening and head over to 10 speed. So Thrawn, if you want to go ahead, I guess Travis, the show is over. So Travis, go ahead and give your spiel.
Hey, I am definitely probably going to start streaming on YouTube at some juncture in my life. I am preoccupied right now my handle here is Stonefeld Analyzes. I am doing some analytical work for some sort of esports teams. I'm also, contracting for doing a bunch of work stuff. Moral of the story is I'm too busy to do it now, but I will. So let you know when I actually go live on YouTube.
Beautiful. Next up, we have JJ.
I am J Robinson, J Robin 7X on Twitch. Mostly play FPSs or shooter types. I might be getting into streams where I paint 3D models, paint little miniatures, but I don't know how to do that. I got to figure that out. Tomorrow I'll be playing the new expansion of World War Z Aftermath, and then that'll pretty much be the whole night tomorrow, starting at 7.
Beautiful.
Please come by. I get lonely.
Yikes. And then last but not least, we have Denver.
Hi, I'm Ian. I play Denver. You can find me over at twitch.tv/IanFlux. I used to play a lot of different stuff. I have recently been completely enthralled in Destiny again. So Destiny 2 is what I'm about. I play a Titan. Talk to me about eating crayons. Yeah. So find me at twitch.tv/IanFlux. You can find me on Twitter at IanFlux12, Instagram at IanFlux, pretty much IanFlux or IanFlux12, anywhere and everywhere that I can be. I'd love to talk to you. Come hang out. It's going to be a good time.
So beautifully well said. Another thing they like to do also, they have a podcast on Wednesdays, I believe, with Geek Elite Media, which if you want to go ahead and give a small spiel about Geek Elite, that'd be fantastic.
Cool. So Geek Elite Media is the one-stop shop for all of your nerdy podcast needs. Movies, music, books, comic books, you name it, they've got something for it. I am a co-host of a show called Journey into Mystery, where we are going back through season 1 was the MCU movies. We watched them 1 to 23. Right now, we are going through all of the other Marvel property movies. We started all the way back in, what was that, 70-something? With the made-for-TV Spider-Man movie. And we are all the way up into the early 2000s now, so it's been quite the slog. We are on a little bit of a hiatus because my co-host Mitch is getting stuff ready for his wedding. He gets married next month, so that's fantastic. But yeah, check them out. GeekEliteMedia.com. Geek Elite Media on Twitter and Facebook.com/Geek Elite Media. Take a peek. Don't forget to geek out.
And then, Donnie, if you want to go ahead and let people know about our podcast and where to find that.
For sure. If you're like me, you don't have time to watch, but you do have time to listen. You can find our podcast of We Run the Stars, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, iHeartRadio, and wherever you listen to your podcasts. Uploaded every Monday.
And then this will be uploaded on YouTube as well on Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We've been doing the premieres where myself and some members of the cast will hop in, chat about the episode and the shenanigans that happen throughout. And we'd love to see you guys there as well. So if you guys have the opportunity, again, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over on youtube.com/jbruce11. We're in the process of getting that changed just to JBruce because no one owns it now. So go me. So hopefully that works out. But
Your time has come.
I know it's time to rise. Thank you guys so much for coming out. It's been fantastic. We'll see you guys next week with more We Run the Stars. And have a good night, guys.